I once knew a guy who smoked pot every night. He held a job, but he didn't have a girlfriend because he never went out. He just sat there toking. That was his hobby. That was his lifestyle. Now, that is an extreme case, I know. But I go back to my original question. Is getting stoned a good thing for you and for society? Probably not. Now this. Bill O'Reilly here. If you are stuck in a timeshare you no longer want, my friends at Lone Star Transfer can assist. Over the past 15 years, the family-owned company has helped more than 30,000 owners break free from their timeshares. They'll provide a guaranteed solution to exit your timeshare. So please call Lone Star Transfer 833-594-0079 or visit LoneStarTransfer.com. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Hope you had a great weekend. Morning, Kenny.
Morning, Vic.
Lots to cover today, boy. If you're on the stream right now, if you're watching us, look at this stack of stuff. Remember when Ken used to give me 9 hours of material for a 2-hour show? Now I get 18 hours of material for a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
3-hour tour.
Things don't stop.
Rob Bluey coming up in a bit, and we'll also have That's Crap today. A familiar contestant on That's Crap today, which is interesting. I just can't say. Well, we don't know. He's a contestant. He may win. He may.
Yeah,
win.
you got to be fair.
Got to be fair. Terris Todd, black guy we talk to all the time, NCPPR, and also from the Free Enterprise Project, and the Cincinnati problem. He calls a national problem, and it takes somebody like Terris to say it on a national level,
Right.
So we'll talk to him about that. Karen Kataline. Oh, my God, Ken, I got nothing for Karen Kataline. I feel like it's Christmas or it's Hanukkah, and I ain't got her anything for Hanukkah to play. Audio. Right?
Yeah, I might have something, but it's not going to be like fun time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Special presentation at 10:25, maybe even into the next break, Mueller versus Durham. And that'll be, Ken did so much great work on this, finding out what's what with the whole Hillary Clinton spying on Trump, doing the Russian collusion thing. So much evidence that one person found that the other just couldn't seem to find.
Yeah, so much so, Vic, that we have to call it Mueller versus Durham Annex.
That's right. So we'll dig into that. Douglas Blair and the chat box, of course. Ken, who is leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance today?
Author Keith Gross, Vic.
Oh, we've had him on here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay, Keith.
If everyone would like to join me, let's do it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Rob Bluey.
It's a beautiful day in Washington, D.C.
It's a busy Monday after a busy weekend. I'll tell you, this president never slows down, does he?
From the Heritage Foundation, of course, and president and executive editor of the Daily Signal.
There is going to be no shortage of news today, Rob.
Bluey, how are you?
Good morning, Vic. I'm doing well. How are you today?
Doing all right, man. Great to have you with us, of course, as we do every Monday. And I want to start with you, Rob, with the redistricting in Texas. And, the Democrats make me laugh. When they do it, it's fine.
It's great, actually.
When we do it, it's concerning.
Yeah.
They've left the stage. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put a roadblock in place for Texas to do this. And clearly, as you just pointed out, I mean, there have been several Democrat-run states, including New York, which have done this to maximize their political gain. I believe in New York, there were 4 Republicans that they were able to successfully defeat, 1 in a special election and 3 in the last general election. And basically, that went through years of court battles and political fights. But at the end of the day, the Democrats won out. And I didn't see Republicans fleeing the state in that particular case.
Yeah, Rob, most recently they did it in Illinois and nobody had a problem whatsoever about it.
Well, and that's, I think, where you see President Trump. Let's face it, there's a narrow margin in the House, just a few seats, and we know how difficult it is for Speaker Mike Johnson to get through any sort of legislation that President Trump wants to see on his desk. And so Republicans are going to do everything that they can to maximize their advantage. And they know that historically, the opposition party tends to fare better in midterm elections when the incumbent is, of the other party. And so in this particular case, if Republicans can pick up 5 seats in Texas, I think that they're trying to do that. Now, of course, Democrats have already gone through the process in New York and Illinois, I think in California being another example, where they've tried to freeze out and draw districts that are advantageous to Democrats and put Republicans in a bind.
I just read that Governor Greg Abbott is going to, I don't know if he's going to throw them all out of office or whatever he said he was planning to do. Have you heard about that? He just recently said it, that today they have a time limit of today to get back or else.
Well, there needs to, first of all, let's remember that this is not the first time that this type of behavior has played out in Texas or other states. And so I do think that there should be consequences for their actions. And I'm glad to hear that Governor Abbott is vowing to follow through on that. There are any number of legislative proposals that Texas has considered in recent years that Democrats simply didn't like and threw a fit over it. And so in this particular case, yes, I would expect that the only way to get something to conclusion is to actually have some accountability measure in place.
And let's just talk about how Gavin Newsom is actually trying to gerrymander some seats right now.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so there's so much we could talk about when it comes to California. I mean, first of all, the way that they've constructed their general election, where you couldn't even have a situation where a Republican is not even on the general election ballot, because usually it's the top 2 vote getters, right? Now, in the last U.S. Senate race, which Adam Schiff won successfully, there was a concern among Republicans that the top 2 candidates would be, I think it was Katie Porter and Adam Schiff. Now, that didn't ultimately play out the way that they feared. But yes, so Republicans are just naturally at a disadvantage in California, I think, given the demographics. And yes, Gavin Newsom is now trying to make things even worse and more challenging for Republicans, because there are some strongholds, obviously the Central Valley, Orange County, certain areas that are historically Republican where they've been able to maintain their seats. But I mean, if you look at the composition of that congressional delegation, it overwhelmingly skews toward Democrats. To the point where how many more seats can he possibly manage to take away from Republicans? We'll see.
Yep. And Chuck Schumer, I love how Trump told Schumer to go to hell.
Right.
That was awesome.
Yes. Well, thank you for bringing that up, because I think it's one of the stories that I don't think should be lost over the weekend. The Democrats have not allowed a single Trump nominee to be confirmed by unanimous consent or voice vote. Everyone, they have insisted that there be a vote, recorded vote. Now, this is going back decades. This has never happened. It just goes to show the obstruction that Chuck Schumer is imposing on the Senate right now. And I don't know ultimately how this is going to be resolved in September when they come back. However, I do think that one solution and one idea that I find very appealing is let's reduce the number of political appointees who need to be confirmed in the first place. There are far too many. I think there's like 1,300 or so. That's just a lot of busy work on the part of the Senate. A lot of these positions probably don't need to have Senate confirmation. Now, I realize that the nominees themselves often like it, because there's a certain distinction that you would get if you were going to be voted on by the U.S. Senate. But this cannot continue. Otherwise, Trump's not going to be able to get anything done. It'll be, what, year 3 before he has his full team in place.
So how about some, what do they call them? What do they call it?
Recess ballot.
Recess
appointments.
appointments. Yeah. What about those? Can those still happen?
Yes. So they can still happen. Now, in this particular case, Trump decided to let the Republicans go home. One of the options was for the Senate to recess. Now, they will continue to do pro forma sessions. Basically, every 3 days, a Republican senator will have to come before the body, gavel in, and then they'll go out for 3 days. Prior to, I believe it was during the George W. Bush administration when there was a controversy, and I think Democrats controlled the Senate at that time. The Democrats under Harry Reid started this process where they basically never let the Senate recess. Therefore, the president couldn't make recess appointments. You might remember Hans von Spakovsky, who's now at the Heritage Foundation, but was an recess appointee to the Federal Election Commission. Hans, his appointment was what actually triggered the Democrats to do this, because they were so upset that Bush had put him on that agency. So essentially, John Thune could recess, and that would allow Trump to make these appointments. Now, that's only good for a certain period of time, so it's not, I think, a permanent solution. I think ultimately what you need Republicans to play hardball with Schumer to the point where they can have an agreement where a block of these nominees, maybe 50 or 100 at a time, and then you break through the logjam.
Is John Thune going to do that?
Rob?
Oh, no.
Yes. Is John Thune... Sorry, Vic, you cut out there. Is John Thune going to
do that? Is he going to do that? I heard he's not going to do that.
Well, John...
Yeah, so they said that when they return in September, yes, they said that they will employ what Democrats call nuclear options. Now, I don't think that, in my respect, they're quite as nuclear as things that Harry Reid and others have done in the past. But yes, there has to be some sort of reform.
Mm-hmm.
John Thune, though, I was watching a video of John Thune. He was reading off dates and times of coming back and going back and forth. Is that part of what they're talking about? Was he getting in trouble for that? I don't know what that was he was doing.
Yeah, I don't either.
I watched the whole thing.
Good point, Kenny.
Yes, John Thune is finding himself in a position where I think the conservative grassroots and even some conservative senators like Mike Lee are dissatisfied that they're not playing hardball with the Democrats. The Democrats have been successfully able to stymie what Trump is trying to accomplish. And essentially, Mike Lee said you have two options. Number one, we should cancel the August recess and stay here and force the Democrats to vote. Or we should actually do a legitimate recess where the Senate basically adjourns and then gives Trump the ability to make the recess appointments. Now, neither of those things happen. So I think that that's where the frustration is starting to build with John Thune. Like, come on, we can't just have the status here. We can't come back in September and be in the same predicament that we are in August.
So I don't understand. Why are we afraid to play hardball against the Democrats when they throw them at us all the time?
Right.
Okay, because there are certain things that these senators like to do during August. They like to go on models, these congressional delegation trips all over the world. Those have been probably planned for months. If they were going to have to stay in Washington and vote, they would have to cancel those trips. They probably have family vacations planned. They might even have fundraisers and things that they need to do back home in their states. And so the senators want to leave Washington. They don't want to spend time in Washington. In fact, part of the problem is that the Senate doesn't even usually come into Washington until Monday night, and then they leave on Thursday afternoon. They're not even working a full work week. And so you fundamentally need to change, Vic. I mean, you and I show up to work Monday through Friday.
No kidding.
Right?
Yes. I'm going to file a grievance with the union. All right. I got two more things I want to do, Robert. So let's do about a minute on each. First of all, the net migration on pace to be negative. And when does CNN fire Harry Enton? I hope never, but he was the one that brought it up.
Yes. Well, right. Exactly. Sometimes when I bring up Harry Enton when I'm on CNN, it seems like they would prefer that I don't.
Right.
He says some inconvenient things at times. Yeah, no, it's good news. I mean, I think that it just goes to show that the policies are working. It goes to show that if Joe Biden had just kept in place the policies that Trump had done during his first term, we probably would have never ended up with the predicament that we had over the last 4 years. But it's going to still take a lot of work, obviously, to clean up the situation that we have in our country right now.
But the Democrats don't think it's a good idea. They don't think it's great. They think it's terrible because that's what they want. They want as many illegals in the country as possible.
They definitely do. I mean, they see that as quite advantageous for what they're trying to accomplish, and so I think that's why they're kicking and screaming and so opposed to everything that Trump is trying to do on this particular issue. But as long as it continues to be effective, and I think as long as the American people see that it's working, they will reward him and the policies that he's pursuing. The Republicans in Congress who just passed the one big beautiful bill to give him a whole bunch more resources to make sure that the job is finished.
And finally, the Cambodian deputy prime minister has nominated President Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. How about that?
Yeah, it's great news. You're seeing a groundswell of support here in the United States. Claudia Tenney, a Republican member of Congress from New York, proposed this, I think, within recent years, and has resurfaced her effort. You have those foreign leaders who are suggesting that Trump deserves the Peace Prize as well. I think it would be a tremendous idea. I mean, this is a president who, right from day one, has been focused on trying to bring peace to the Middle East, to Russia and Ukraine, and he's been successful in Africa, and now
it's like he was
that have been fighting for as long as they have. Yeah.
Yeah. What can you say?
No, I was going to say Rob was slowly like fading away, and then he came back.
He sounds like a Dalek in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, thank you so much, man. We'll try to sort all this out on our own from here till next Monday. We have trouble doing that, but it's always great to have you start us off every Monday.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
You too, Rob.
Rob Bluey, president and executive editor of the Daily Signal. So great. His insight is so great.
I know.
He's on CNN pissing them off
all the time. It's great. I love it.
All right, coming up next, everybody's favorite game show, That's Crap, with a repeat contestant. We allow that once in a while.
Once in a while.
On 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL, number one for live and local conservative talk. Ides of March. What?
You got to give him a chance,
Yeah, here we go. Got to give him a chance.
Like us on Facebook at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
I really like all the things you're saying.
News, analysis, opinion.
Thank you very, very much.
News Talk STL.
Tony Colombo here for my dentist, Dr. Matt Boscia at New Creation Dental Care, the one-stop shop for all your family's dental needs. And Dr. Boscia is always expanding his services, now including the incredible all-on-4 full arch implant procedure, full mouth restoration that can give you back your smile in as little as 1 day. No more suffering with damaged or missing teeth or poor-fitting dentures. You can see some amazing smile makeovers, learn more about the all-on-4 procedure, and see everything Dr. Boscia can do right now at newcreationdentalcare.com.
Hey, it's Vic Porcelli, and my favorite sandwich from Capriati's is the Wagyu beef French dip. So good. It's the au jus that makes it. And the Wagyu beef is pretty good, too. I love Capriati's, and you will, too.
On Manchester at McKnight in Rock Hill.
News Talk STL, the Hammond Institute for Free Enterprise, and the Young America's Foundation welcome Steve Forbes to Lindenwood University for an inspiring evening on how free enterprise and entrepreneurship make America great. Discover how free markets and small business drive innovation, prosperity, and opportunity. Thursday, September 18th at Lindenwood University Scheidegger Center for the Arts. And this in-person event is free. Reserve your tickets now at HammondInstitute.org. Brought to you by Mid-Rivers and West News Magazines.
Hey, Colombo here for Intervine, a great local company that has customers all across the country due to the quality of their products. Intervine has the best flashlights, lanterns, headlamps, and even batteries, including the new Monster 2000 Lumen waterproof lantern and the Sentinel 2000 self-defense flashlight. Our home and vehicles are full of great Intervine products, and right now you can shop their website and get 25% off your entire purchase just by using my name, Tony, as your promo code. That's promo code Tony at Intervine.com.
Taste the difference that fresh local makes. Anthony's Produce supports our local farmers by bringing you the finest locally grown produce in town. From the juiciest peaches and melons to the sweetest corn and ripest tomatoes, we've got it all. Plus, discover our amazing selection of locally made jams, salsas, pickles, and fresh sourdough breads. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 7 to 6:30, and Sundays, 8 to 5. 701 Jungerman Road in St. Peters, or visit anthonysproduce.com.
So many ways to listen to News Talk STL. Enable our Alexa skill.
Hello.
Hey, Alexa,
Yes, I'm listening.
play News Talk STL.
Welcome to News Talk STL, conservative talk radio for St. Louis.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Hey, what are you going to do? Nice college boy, huh? They want to get mixed up in the family business? Huh? Now you want to gun down a police captain, why? Because he slapped you in the face a little bit? Huh? What do you think, this is the army where you shoot them a mile away? You got to get up close like this. Bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit. Come here.
On News Talk STL.
Sonny Corleone. All right, good morning and welcome to our Monday on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Coming up on September 18th, News Talk STL and the Hammond Center for Free Enterprise are bringing Steve Forbes to Lindenwood University at the beautiful Scheidegger Center, and the help of the Young Americans Foundation and West and Mid Rivers Magazine, news magazine, and they deserve some credit too. September 18th, 7 o'clock at night. Tickets are free, but you have to register at newstalkstl.com, so do that. Okay, everybody, buckle in. Another version of our favorite game show. That's crap.
Welcome to That's Crap. It's the game where we find out if it's the truth or if that's crap. Here's the host of That's Crap, Vic Porcelli.
Thank you, Jim Modulin. Good studio. Good morning, studio audience. Look at them. They got their I Love Ken signs up there.
I saw a lot of Vic out there.
I don't know. Kind of like Ken. It's this game, as Jim said. We find out if it's the truth or if that's crap. We do have a Guinness World Record holder as a contestant today.
Oh, good.
He is the only person with the biggest watermelon head held up by a little pencil neck.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that it was the neck that was the longest in the history of the world.
It's two separate awards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, biggest watermelon head. What'd you say?
Pencil neck, longest neck.
Longest pencil neck. Just make them up as we go along here.
Yeah, you know.
It's Adam Schiff. And the category today is Judge Janine Pirro. What was the word I said before, Janine?
Judge.
Huh. So she was a judge and prosecutor, right?
Oh, a long list of things like that, actually.
All right. So it's the that's the category, Judge Janine Pirro. Put about 60 seconds on the clock, Ken. Watermelon head, good luck.
I mean, even her own people on Fox thought she couldn't be trusted to be on TV, on their own network. And after the show was briefly taken off the air, Fox News producer Justin Wells described they took her off because she was crazy. Optics are bad, but she's crazy. Well, her own executive producer also described her as nuts. Are we going to put someone that even Fox, and I'm not a particular fan of Fox, but even Fox thought was crazy, nuts, couldn't be trusted on live television? We're going to trust her with the lives and liberty of people in the District of Columbia?
Well, Senator Schiff, here's the problem, okay? First of all, she was taken off the air to do this, to be the prosecutor, because she's on the 5. Clearly, he doesn't know that. He knew she had a Saturday night show, which didn't make it. And that's, there are shows that don't make it.
Don't make it, yeah.
But, and I will say, okay, so what we're going to do here is determine whether it's real or if it's, and then we're going to take apart that audio. Is that okay? Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right. So, Judge Janine, they took her off her Saturday night show because the ratings weren't good or whatever. And now she is on the 5. Then she voluntarily left the 5 to join the Trump administration, or at least be an attorney, a U.S. attorney for President Trump.
Right.
So none of that is true.
No, it's all a lie.
So I'm sorry, Senator, but that's crap. Can we hear that again? And just kind of hear it line by line?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, even her own people on Fox thought she couldn't be trusted to be on TV, on their own network.
Stop. So here's the thing. First of all, he didn't do any research in anything that he said.
No.
And once again, the elitist egocentrism, he's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll just say she's crazy and everything will be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it.
So I will say this about Judge Jeanine Pirro. As a broadcaster, not the best. Okay.
Right.
Her ideology, spot on. Spot on.
Right.
But she doesn't know how to handle it. Sean Hannity doesn't even know how to handle the delay in an interview, you know?
Right. And Laura Ingraham as well at times.
Exactly. Both of them don't even know. So how's somebody new to the whole field going to be able to deal with that? And she would, answer a question, and then she was surprised by a non-answer for a couple of seconds. That's the delay that it takes to get from the host's mouth to the guest's ear. And then she would say something and screw everything up.
Yeah, I think the biggest part of that little clip part right there is that he's saying that, well, Fox thinks she's crazy. Well, if Fox thought she was so crazy, then why'd they have her on until she decided to leave?
Yeah, I don't think we got to the crazy part yet.
I thought it was Fox. They were talking about Fox here.
Well, yeah, but yes, it is. But go ahead, continue.
And after the show was briefly taken off the air, Fox News producer Justin Wells described they took her off because she was crazy.
Now, I'd like to add something about a producer there. If he was a former producer, number one, I've seen other producers leave radio and leave a station and then bad talk it.
Right.
So they have no credibility as far as that goes. But this producer, I'm sure if they're still there, is like going, okay, shut up, because I don't know. It's not a cool thing to be saying if you're still working there.
Go ahead and burn your bridges, buddy.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Go ahead.
Optics are bad, but she's crazy.
Stop. This is so uninvestigated, unresearched, unprepared thing I've ever heard.
Right.
I mean, could you be any more vague? Could you be any more stupid? Like
she's crazy.
But no examples of any crazy.
But she's crazy, Vic.
Her own executive producer also described her as nuts.
Oh, is that right? Oh, nuts. Crazy. What does that have to do with doing the show? Go ahead.
Are we going to put someone that even Fox, and I'm not a particular fan of Fox, but even Fox thought was crazy, nuts?
Stop. He's just said the same thing 3 times.
Right.
This is what I mean. Do you remember when we talked about Bill Maher and he didn't have anybody research the fact that Hillary Clinton did say that Donald Trump was an illegitimate president? Remember how we said, well, his credibility is down the drain now if he didn't research that or have somebody research that. And nobody helped poor Adam Schiff prepare this little statement because he's just flying off the, oh, she's crazy. She's nuts. So what about Judge Shapiro? Oh, no, she's crazy. She's nuts. Can you expand a little bit? She's crazy. She's nuts. That's all he says.
Right.
Go ahead.
Couldn't be trusted on live television. We're going to trust her with the lives and liberty of people in the District of Columbia?
Yes, of course, because she wasn't good on TV in his mind. That means he won't make a good judge.
But he didn't say that. He said she couldn't be trusted on live TV. See, there's a big difference there. That's not at all what happened with her career on television.
Right.
In fact, on the 5, she was very popular.
And that's the top-rated show.
Top-rated show. She's very popular on it. And she decided, well, I need to go help the American people and Donald Trump. So I'm going to have to, you know what? And she'll probably come back on to that once she's done with all of this. She might even come back on as even a commentator. Of some kind.
Absolutely.
But no, it can't be, Vic, because, Fox News doesn't trust her.
Right. It's so dishonest. All right. That's all the time we have for That's Crap.
This is Jim Modulin speaking for That's Crap, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman radio production.
Thank you, Jim Modulin. This is Vic Porcelli saying, please help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody. So, Ken, at the house, our back steps needed to be repaired. So yesterday, I took out all the steps, and then I put some new steps.
You did?
Jessica and I took out the old steps and we put on new steps.
No, wait a minute.
What?
You and Jessica did that?
All right. So Jessica took out the old steps
Right.
and put in the new steps yesterday. That woman, I swear to God, I don't know.
You got to start taking pictures of this stuff.
Oh, I got a picture of the stairs that are done. I'll send you
it
that
to me.
in a little bit.
We'll post it somewhere up
And
there.
she said when it was too late, we should have took before and after. And she's
You
right.
should have,
we
yeah.
should've.
Yeah.
And so she, I mean, okay, so I'll admit this to you guys, okay, because I know you all love me. I just learned the word stringer yesterday.
Okay. Oh,
You know the part.
I know what it is.
If you don't know, if you're as stupid as I am, they're the part. Well, you explain a stringer.
A stringer is what actually guides the stairs from underneath.
That's right.
To become stairs. It's a board that is cut in a way that the stairs go up.
Learned that word yesterday. I will say, in my defense to all of you, I did pull out a few nails.
That's totally cool, and I'm glad you know the word stringer now. And
I do.
I'm
I've
sure,
learned the word stringer.
right? And I'm sure Jessica's really excited about that too. And if you pulled nails out, that's kind of like prepping the space, so you're helping out there.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
When I took one out, I said, "Who's your big strong man?"
That's right.
You need a pickle jar open? Give me it. I'll open up that
buddy.
pickle jar. But they look great. The steps look great. And she's got this other. That's all we could do. I mean, that was all the strength we had.
Did she put new stringers on too?
No.
Okay.
The old
'Cause
stringers.
that's a different deal. If
Yeah.
you do that, because we
here we go. Here we go.
No,
Here's deck building 101 with Ken Williams. What?
I'm just gonna say, when we put up our stringers, I wanted extra wide stairs, and we had to put up 3 stringers. I think maybe even 4 stringers for our stairs, just to make sure it was real sturdy.
That's what I do. Usually 3 or 4 stringers there. I measure it out, and I get the stringers up over there, and you got to run conduit.
110, 120, 130,
whatever.
whatever.
So that was our deal at home, and they look really great.
That's
Ken.
awesome, man.
Yeah. And now she's got this other thing where she wants to build like a little walkway from the back around the back to the side of the house. And she bought something. I don't know what they're called. So I'm not going to try to make a fool out of myself.
She's probably pretty fired up about it. And
She's very fired up.
And when you get into that whole mode, you're kind of in a nesting phase.
She
It's
is.
really.
You know what? We got to a point where we got the old stairs up. I was like, all right, let's take a break. Let's get a sweet little bevy.
Right.
And then come back. She goes, no, let's just go. She just went. She didn't take a break for the whole.
No convo, nothing?
No what?
No convo?
No convo. No sush.
No sush.
No sweet little bevy. That was the
Aw.
sitch. That was the
Aw,
sitch
man.
yesterday. All right, get me out of here, will you? But it looks good, Ken.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Stringer. Learned a new word.
Baby, that's important.
And it's funny. She was using the word, careful with the stringer. I was like, okay. In my head, I'm like, what the hell is she talking about?
She probably didn't want you to crack it.
So this thing is, what'd you say?
She probably didn't want you to crack it if you hit a nail on it in a bad angle.
Well, yeah. Taking nails out. I don't,
Okay.
and I don't know. All I did was I did what she told me to do. That's it.
That's awesome.
Thanks. So this thing in Cincinnati, right? This black mob. Can we call them a mob? I think they were
They were a mob. Yeah, more than, I think there were 15 or 20 people.
Beat up this white couple. And the woman, I don't know if you saw some of the pictures over the weekend.
She looked terrible, yeah.
Her eye looks like.
She was concussion. Her neck was bruised and everything.
So are we being racist, saying the black mob and the white couple?
No, don't be afraid of that. I'm sick of being afraid of that. We have to call out what's happening.
So,
you got to call it out. I mean, if it was a group of whites that were hitting a black couple, we'd have to call it out the same way, Vic.
Absolutely right.
So don't be afraid of that.
Our friend Terris Todd from the National Center for Public Policy Research has some pretty strong words to say about that Cincinnati incident, and that's next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL. Vic and Ken. Ken can build a deck. Vic can build a sandwich. The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
Larry Connors USA.
With every Larry Connors USA program, you're going to get news, analysis, opinion, and education.
Larry Connors USA.
Now, weeknights 6 until 8
on News Talk STL.
Hey, looking for windows that solve your problems and actually add value to your home? Renewal by Anderson. Anderson products increase your home value by at least 15%. Right now, get $329 off every window, $729 off every patio or entry door, and ask about our 0 interest plan for 3 years. Renewal by Anderson, the full-service replacement division of Anderson. That's a name you've trusted for more than 122 years. Renewal by Anderson has FiberX frames, 20% stronger than vinyl, built to last. It's why we have more 5-star reviews than anyone in St. Louis. And only Renewal by Anderson backs it up with the nation's best warranty. Schedule your complimentary consultation, rbastl.com, or call 877-WINDOWS, 877-WINDOWS. Renewal by Anderson, superior products, exceptional service.
Let's talk turf. Let's talk lawns. Let's talk about Hydrodynamics Core can help with both. Tim Jones here for Hydrodynamics Core, a St. Louis family-owned and operated company since 1973, which will help you have what every homeowner wants, lush green grass, thriving plants and shrubs, with their annual 6-step process of weed prevention and fertilizations that you should sign up for today. The Hydrodynamics Turf Plan will deliver a beautiful lawn you and your family will absolutely love. Get started now by visiting hydrodynamicscore.com. That's hydrodynamicscore.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Link, owner of the Dental Link. You've heard ads about teeth in a day, but did you know that you will be chewing on plastic, acrylic teeth? Here at the Dental Link, we can give you porcelain crown and bridge teeth utilizing mini dental implants that function much more like real teeth at about half the cost. Plus, mini dental implants are less invasive, less painful, and your recovery time is much shorter. Give us a call at 314-794-6464 or simply visit us today at thedentallink.com.
NewstalkSTL is proud to have Doug Voss of Safe Money Radio as part of our lineup each week. Doug has been a staple on the St. Louis radio airways for many years as one of the leading financial experts in the area. You can now hear Doug and Safe Money Radio 2 times every weekend on NewstalkSTL. But in case you miss anything, you can check it all out at DougVossSafeMoneyRadio.com. You could also reach Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That's 844-676-7233.
Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through DHL Securities, LLLP, member FINRA and SIPC.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Ken Williams, everybody. Take a bow, Ken.
Hey, thanks, Vic.
All right, let's get right to it. Cincinnati. This happened like last weekend, didn't it? Last weekend?
Roughly.
Feels like forever ago.
I know, but everything flies so fast.
This couple, who happens to be white, goes to this jazz festival. They're coming out, and then I don't know what was said before, something happened, and a group of black people, I was going to say kids, but they're not all kids.
No, they weren't, yeah.
Straight up adults, beat these two up. The lady was up with a concussion and this thing on her eye, like she just went 12 rounds with Ali. And nobody, the left is like, yeah, no problem. No, they're not even covering it.
They're not covering it. Yeah, really, yeah.
So we thought we'd say, let's talk to a black guy. See, maybe we're being, not fair to this black mob. And our great friend, Terris Todd from the National Center for Public Policy Research. Good morning, Terris. How are you, sir?
Doing well, sir. Thanks for having me. Great to be back with you guys.
You bet. And it's great to get your take on this. I mean, was this, is this a national thing? Is this a national problem?
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, it could be. It could become, a national problem, I guess. It's really unfortunate. And like you said before, we don't know what transpired prior to, but it still doesn't excuse the behavior that was actually displayed. And unfortunately, as you said, there's some people not covering this stuff. And so, we saw what happened when Black Lives Matter had taken to the streets and was destroying people's businesses. Even black businesses got destroyed during the whole summer of 20, I guess it was. And but of course, they're going to cover as minimal as possible. But again, going back to Cincinnati and even, the issue that was transpired there, I mean, totally unacceptable. I guess one of the guys also was just recently released from jail. I guess he had done some jail time, and so he had already had a record. But I guess it was his mother and another young lady that came on and talked about what a great person he was. He had turned his life around, and but unfortunately has gotten himself caught up again. And so we'll see what transpires from it.
And Terris, yeah, that we were teasing this segment earlier, and Vic said, "Am I out of line for even bringing this up?" And I'm like, "No, this is the problem. Is that we need to bring it up. If it was a mob of white people hitting a black couple, then we need to be on it. We need to be on top of it, and the media should be treating it the same exact way they would treat this version of it. You know what I mean? And I think one of the big problems here is that we're not bringing it up. When you mentioned you just mentioned BLM. Back in those days, we never mentioned anything. And look what they did. They took advantage of it and cost us lives and billions of dollars.
Yeah. And they were claiming that Black Lives mattered. But again, like I said, Black lives, Black businesses were even destroyed in that debacle. And then to turn out, they were, getting all this money and they were moving where white people were.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
So it was a big circus, man. It had all these people, triggered and all them caught up in their emotions, and come to find out they were living amongst white people anyway.
Black businesses. I'm glad you brought that up, because during the Ferguson riots, they burned, entire blocks of black businesses.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, who does that help? That helps nobody.
Yeah. This and really, as Americans, to be honest with you, as all Americans, I mean, we should really come out and openly rebuke this kind of behavior. That's not who we really are as Americans. And as a Black American, I mean, that's not a true display of who we are as a people, as an ethnicity, or as a culture. But again, I'm sure something may have transpired, something may have been said. There was some story that said that they were spat on at first, and that's what actually triggered. But again, it doesn't excuse the behavior. There's a thing called law and order. How about go get law enforcement, say, hey, this person just did that. But
exactly,
I guess that's hindsight now, I guess, because if you get spat on, you react, So,
sure, of course.
But still, there is a way to handle those kind of things. And unfortunately, individuals have been taught to respond otherwise. There's a scripture that says something to the effect that, someone who can control his own spirit is greater or stronger than a person who can take a city. And so what's happening now is a lot of our young men and men in general, especially in the Black community, most of them are being raised by their mothers. And so I guess the emotional side probably gets the best of them, because that's who they're being raised by. If you look and see who they interviewed as a result of that, it was his mother and another young lady. I don't know if it was his wife or girlfriend or sister, whoever, but they spoke, well of one of those individuals involved. And I'm like, okay, now where's his dad?
Right.
Where's a dad or an uncle, a father figure, a mentor that could speak to him, So, just those kind of things I kind of pay attention to, because I think that's been the problem all along. They've literally, kind of push the dads out of the equation. And I think fathers are very important, when it comes to this kind of thing, so yeah, we make a difference. Trust me.
Extremely important to have a father figure. And Terris, one of the other biggest problems is in these sanctuary cities, the leadership, they released the one who had the main, was involved the most in this whole thing, $400 that he had to pay to get out of jail. That's all.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. I think the double standard, and that's why, again, this needs to be talked about, because, again, the double standard is real. If this was turned around the other way, the left and the media, I mean, they would be riding this thing out. I mean, we would wake up every morning with this on our screen, and it would be called a racist kind of a thing or whatever. And so, but yeah, we need to address it, and because it could take hold across the entire country. And so I think it needs to be dealt with properly.
We're talking to Terris Todd, our great friend from the National Center for Public Policy Research. Terris, you're talking about no fathers, and taking the father out of the family, breaking up the nuclear family. That's like Marxism 101, isn't it?
It's Marxism 101, and that's that's exactly what Black Lives Matter was built on. Again, they were founded by 3 women who were lesbian, but they were also known to be trained Marxists. That was their testimony, not mine. They were trained Marxists. So Marxism needs chaos. It needs a bunch of chaotic things to take place, because they believe in just disrupting everything. If you look into the Black communities in specific cities, that's exactly you got a hint of Marxism that's actually there, and socialism, if you will. And so, but that's Marxism 101. Yep, disrupt everything, disrupt the nuclear family. That was part of their mission, as a matter of fact, on their website, until they were pushed on and they had removed it from their website, but that's what they were after. They were after removing the men. And then, of course, there were feminists behind it. And here we are. So we have a big disaster. And so you got people saying, oh, I don't need a man. Well, you sure about that? Because you're the seed of a, you're actually the seed of a man. Your children need him, though, because if you look at all the data that aligns with fatherlessness, everything in the negative that you can possibly think of is there because the fathers are not involved. 70-80% of people that are incarcerated came from fatherless homes.
Oh, man.
Hands down. Absolutely. Yeah. So we need fathers actively engaged to really teach and to create that balance. Every child deserves a balance in their life. That's how God created it, with a father and a mother at the helm, actively engaged in their children's lives. Right now, we're lopsided. We're leaning one way, and it's more emotional, which is, feminine in nature, to be honest with you.
So let's get back to the Cincinnati thing. There's a city council person named Victoria Parks who made some statements that, that they deserved it. They were asking for it. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Totally foolish. As a matter of fact, I'm shocked that she's even still in office. But, people like that, it gives us a glimpse of who we actually have in office. Some of these are circus clowns as well. To actually endorse that and say that they actually asked for that beat down and endorsed it, it's totally uncalled for. It's not becoming of a true leader, but yet they still throw rocks at President Trump and anybody who supported him in his election, but yet they are really demonstrating the same thing.
Yeah, and
so everybody's involved. So anyway, the true adults or the real adults need to step in the room and actually bring some sanity to this.
Well, the remarks of that assembly person, it's not only bad behavior, but it's also inflammatory. And this,
absolutely,
this gives everybody an excuse to say, well, see, they said it. They said they deserved it. Well, right. I feel that this couple deserves it. And I don't care whether you're black or white. If they feel like, well, she said that if they deserve it, they deserve it. And then I can perform that way.
Yeah, and that is my concern again, because when you start adding those who are in leadership positions, the Bible talks about that too, how, poor leadership is a curse, and so it says also when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, they mourn. And so there's a lot of mourning, there's a whole lot of chaos and dysfunction, and she actually displayed it, by making that comment. And so, yeah, that's unfortunate.
So, Terris, I don't know if you'll even know this. I have no idea. I've never been to Cincinnati. Where this festival was located. Do you know anything about that area, that neighborhood at all?
No, I do not.
Yeah,
nope, never been. I've heard about it, though. I've heard about the Jazz Fest because people from my hometown of Battle Creek, Michigan, they would actually travel down to Cincinnati periodically or at least once a year to go to that Jazz Fest. Well, I heard it's a really good time, too. So
I'm sure
that's why I'm just kind of shocked that this actually transpired afterwards.
So now, what does that mean going forward? For this festival in Cincinnati, are they going to move it to a different area? People don't realize that things domino effect to the point where this festival may not even happen next year.
Yeah, that's true. Or they might have to beef up security or that kind of a thing. But I don't know. They'll probably go with business as usual. It was like a one-time event. I guess if it happened every year and it's just an ongoing kind of a situation, I can see them probably say, hey, forget it. We're going to shut it down and no longer have this. But, this is one of those things where it's kind of an isolated event because I don't usually hear of any, thing of this nature actually happening at the Jazz Festival. So that's why it's kind of bizarre to me that this actually made national news.
See, guys, this is the terrible part of it, though. It should never be, well, we'll have to shut it down now. It's just like when people start stealing from stores and then the stores either have to leave or they have to lock down everything. It's like that shouldn't be the remedy. That's not the correct remedy. The correct remedy is to get law and order in place.
Right. Yeah, and hold people accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
Those people were arrested, and you said, he only had to pay $400 to get out. I'm like, wow, that's something. You can assault people and beat them down and probably almost kill them. We don't know what kind of head trauma or whatever has taken place as a result, but I guess that's still to be determined. But $400 just to get out, that's interesting to me.
Well, the one thing that I saw in one of the videos, guys, is that the man who fell, his head just missed the metal bumper and the curb. This could have gone way bad, even much worse than it was.
well, even the young lady, to see even the results of, what she actually had to take. And I think, wasn't it a man that punched her?
Yeah.
It was a man that punched.
The guy, I think the guy who was released on $400 bond was one of them.
Oh my! Oh wow! Wow, yeah, that's totally uncalled for. So what does that say to women?
Yeah, no kidding. So listen, we're running out of time here, Terris, but you see these things. I mean, there's video after video on X of people, mobs of people beating up one person, and then everybody's got their phone and they're recording it. I mean, what does that say about people that instead of helping,
great point,
right?
They'd rather film it. I mean, it's just a disgusting way to be, I think.
Totally disgusting. All of those people, I mean, obviously they should be held accountable as well, but totally disgusting. That's why I was saying, we have to get a handle on it, hold people accountable, get the rule of law back in position, and really go from there. But the concern is that this could take, it could go across the nation. And unfortunately, it's happening at events that it should be very festive and a good time kind of a thing. And, but this is not the way that we act. This is not a true representation of who we are as a people.
And not to mention, a jazz festival is cool and chill.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
People sometimes they don't even clap. They snap and stuff. You know what I mean? Just cool,
Right.
chill people.
Yeah, man.
Just
it's a
doesn't match
jazz
up.
festival, for goodness sake.
Right.
I mean, you got good food. You might have a few beers here or there. And although then we come out, now somebody's getting bashed and, and it's like, oh man, it makes national news. And I'm sure there were some people there that probably didn't even know that happened because they had such a good time. They weren't even, in that area. But yeah, very unfortunate, but we definitely need law and order in those cases. And so I'm sure next year they'll probably, beef up security possibly,
Hopefully so. And there were both black and white people in that incident saying, hey, stop,
That's right.
and pulling people off and everything else.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely right.
Terris Todd from the National Center for Public Policy Research. We knew we can count on you for some great conversation about this.
I love it. I love it.
Come back and talk to us again, okay?
All right, my friend. Take care.
You got it.
See you, Terris.
Terris Todd. Not afraid to call it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Call it, tell it like it is. All right, listen, if you have a phone,
you got a radio.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Get the app. You can listen to us wherever you want. One push. We made it one push friendly. And our great friend Karen Kataline is next.
Whoosh.
Hey, it's Susie Moore. If new flooring makes you think hassle, think again, because Michael's Flooring is changing the game. For over 30 years, Michael's has been locally owned and trusted for quality, variety, and amazing service. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, or ceramic tile, their expert team makes installing new floors exciting, not stressful. That's why customers keep coming back. Visit Michael's Flooring at St. Peter's, Starting Prairie, Creve Coeur, or online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com.
Hey, Jamie Allman here for the Great Window World. Just over the last 20 years of Window World being in St. Louis, they've improved the look and thermal efficiency of more than 76,000 customers in St. Louis. Plus, Window World windows come with a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And now Window World is now offering 36 months, same as cash financing, with approved credit. Call them today at 314-993-1800, 314-993-1800.
For over 50 years, Di Gregorio's Italian Market has been serving up a taste of Italy right here in St. Louis. Family owned and operated, nestled in the heart of the hill. From homemade sausage and meatballs to spadini, pizzas, pastas, and sauces, our wide variety of Italian specialties will transport your taste buds straight to Rome. For a truly authentic Italian shopping experience, visit your friends at Di Gregorio's. Shop local, shop Di Gregorio's Italian Market, where every bite tells a story.
Would you like to win a full season of mosquito and tick protection? Tim Jones here, the new Mosquito Nix team in St. Louis, celebrating their launch with a bite-free backyard sweepstakes. One lucky family will get their entire yard protected. 10 others will get a free fogging treatment just for entering. Call 636-698-1980 now to enter. 636-698-1980. Keep your yard safe and your summer itch-free. Service area restrictions do apply. Mosquito Nix, offers permanent, automatic mosquito and tick protection. It's not just fogging, it's real coverage you don't have to think about. They've already helped over 40,000 families nationwide take back their yards with their automatic mosquito control system. Visit mosquitonix.com to learn more. That's mosquitonix.com, 636-698-1980 to enter the backyard sweepstakes. Keep your yard safe, your summer bite free. 636-698-1980.
KLDY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green.
This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at
NewstalkSTL.com.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Texas Democrats have left the state to prevent the state House from voting on new congressional maps that could give Republicans several seats in the 2026 midterm.
The move could expose Democrats to fines and other penalties. It's an effort to stop Republicans from redrawing the congressional map. Republican Governor Greg Abbott called a special session of the legislature that started last month to take up the redistricting effort that the president has urged.
Correspondent Ken Lorman says Governor Abbott is warning Democrats he will seek to remove them from office if they're not back when the House reconvenes this afternoon. This week, President Trump plans to announce a new head for the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Unhappy with the recent jobs numbers, the president fired the BLS commissioner last week, and he told reporters he'll name a replacement soon.
We'll be announcing a new statistician sometime over the next 3-4 days. We had no confidence. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous, what she announced.
The president accused the former jobs statistician of faking jobs numbers, calling it a scam without providing any evidence. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A Montana manhunt goes on. State Attorney General Austin Knudsen says they're looking for a suspect in last week's fatal shooting of 4 people in a bar in Anaconda, Montana.
By all indications, this is an unstable individual who walked in and murdered 4 people in cold blood for no reason whatsoever. So there absolutely is concern for the public. Again, I'm going to stress, we believe this is an armed and extremely dangerous individual.
The subject of that manhunt, 45-year-old Michael Brown. Rally underway this morning on Wall Street with the major indexes sharply higher. The Dow's up 473 points. The Nasdaq better by 308 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-226-5454. That's 800-226-5454. 800-226-5454.
This hour of News Talk STL brought to you by Chris Cooper and Serenity Wealth Management. Discover little-known strategies that could be the difference between choosing the care you deserve or having someone else decide it for you. Get a free copy of Chris's book at serenityltc.com. From the Michaels Flooring Outlet Weather Center.
Wow, coming out of that fantastic weekend, we'll keep temperatures below normal again today, and humidity at a comfy level by August standards anyway. Partly cloudy with a high of 83. Let's be ready for some spotty storms from the St. Louis metro to the east late this morning into the afternoon and early evening. Then we're dry overnight tonight, some patchy fog, 68 for the low. A nearly identical day Tuesday, just slightly warmer, a bit more humid, the high tomorrow at 85. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matt Chambers.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
All right, hour number 2 of our 3-hour tour. Coming up this hour, huge conversation that Ken and I are going to have Ken did some outstanding work finding this too. It's Mueller versus Durham. They both did reports. They both made reports on what happened with Russia collusion and everything else, and had almost two completely different findings.
Yeah, until they coaxed one of them to change the story.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, let's go. The one and only Karen Kataline.
Did you know that I'm married to a trucker? I feel like using a Yiddish word, famished. Spoiling in front of my computer, I am. They're just too dumb to lie. He has the effect of 6 shots of scotch.
Good morning, Karen Kataline.
Good morning, Vic and Ken. How are you both?
I'm sore. Yesterday.
Sore.
Yeah.
I hope it was fun, whatever you did.
No, it wasn't that kind of sore. I wish it was that kind of sore. I'm sore from I had to completely rebuild the steps.
Yeah, not just you, right?
I'm sorry. Me and my wife had to completely take down the old steps.
Not quite, Vic.
What?
No.
All right. So my wife built the stairs yesterday. What do you want me to say?
What are they doing? You guys are doing an Abbott and Costello here.
But it's the truth. You know what I've learned, especially lately, and being married to my wife, who is so smart. I don't know anything about anything.
That's probably not true. You both have your wheelhouses.
Right.
Name one wheelhouse of mine, Ken.
Oil, whatever they call it.
Olio.
There it is.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Oil?
Food.
Olio.
Aglio, that's the garlic, and olio is the oil.
I do an olio.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's how close I am too.
It's
Ken.
not quite. It doesn't match up to Kreplach, but we'll try.
Oil and vinegar.
Oil and vinegar.
There
No.
Way to pronounce
oil and garlic.
Okay.
And anchovies and parsley and pasta. That's it. That's the whole dish.
And that's what you dip your bread in before you dinner.
You bet your ass.
So what are you lousy at and what is your wife good at? And why are you sore again?
From building the steps. Okay, hold on. In my own defense, I did I got some nails out. Okay, I pulled nails out with the back of the hammer, and I learned a new word.
Stringer.
I learned a new word. Stringer are the things on the sides that you nail.
No, it's underneath that hold the steps up.
Oh, I was close.
And your wife is like the handy woman of the house?
Oh, what? Yes. Hello.
Who knew? I didn't.
Play the deck, build the deck thing.
Oh yeah.
This is 100% true. Okay. This is a little promo, what we like to call about Vic and Ken.
Vic and Ken. Ken can build a deck. Vic can build a sandwich. The Vic person.
I think it's bread, meat, bread. I think that's the order there.
And it's not lasagna, so it's not pasta.
Oh, I can build a lasagna.
Tomatoes,
listen
pasta,
to me.
ricotta.
Hey, stop making fun of me. This is the thing. My wife she just happens to be a female. She has that mechanical brain, you know?
I love it.
Like she knows how to change a blower motor in the air conditioning in the car.
And I think that's one of the things that originally attracted you to Jessica.
Okay, so I'll tell the famous
Now
story.
you're getting X-rated. I don't want to hear about it.
When we first started,
blower motors.
I'll tell you. Hey, keep your mind out of the gutter,
What,
for
Karen,
God's
you're in rare
sake.
form today.
What do you think this is? A Mel Brooks
He's giving
film?
me all the material.
I know.
I love it.
It's great.
The two of you. First of all, I forgot the one story. What did you say to me?
No, I said it attracted you to her.
Yes, it did.
Originally.
Yes, I can't remember
And
that.
you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
She knew
Okay.
what she was doing.
I got
love
it. So we first started living together, and I went to the bathroom, and I flushed the toilet, and it just broke. Like the whole handle just went around in circles, you know?
Mm.
And I said, we need a new toilet. The toilet's broken. She goes, we don't need a new toilet. And she walks in, she takes a look. She takes a shoestring and ties something together in there inside the toilet, and then it worked. And I was like, how did you do that?
And that's when you fell in love.
Flapper.
And then the other thing has
Karen,
got nothing to do with mechanics, but when I moved in with her, she wanted to impress me. She wanted to make me Italian meal, right? So she wanted to make me spaghetti. So I said, and I wanted to try to be helpful. I said, is there anything I can do for you? She goes, yeah, do me a favor. Go down there in the cabinet there and get me a colander. And I was like, colander. I never even heard that word in my life. I had no
Should I
idea.
take it off the wall, or do you want it in your hand?
So I had no idea what she was talking about. So, of course, my go-to is, I don't think we have one. So she said, that's a colander right there. I said, no. That's a skolabast. That's what we call skolabast. There were some words.
Well, I
that's
love
wonderful.
that. I love when women do uncharacteristically female things.
Oh, that's her.
So do I, Karen.
I think that's great. I can't do handy, but luckily I'm married to a truck driver. He knows how to do all kinds of stuff.
Well, I've got 2 daughters, Karen, and I've tried to teach both of them to do out of character things. Like
I love it.
My daughter, to this day, by the way, we have a gate that open and closes the driveway to the backyard, right? And we built that. My daughter Abby and I built that when she was like 12 years old, and she built most of it, and she designed it. So it's a really good badge on her sleeve. I mean, she loves that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that is cool. Can I tell you? I remember, Ken, when I told you that there's this thing called Matt's Off-Road Recovery.
Yeah,
which my husband absolutely loves. They have something, all of their equipment is, I hope we can talk about this because then we can put off the other thing that I don't really.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this is okay with me. Matt's Off-Road Recovery, they're in Utah and they have this huge following, and they get every kind of vehicle out of the sand and the mud and the rocks and the mountains. And they have these ready-made vehicles that he custom built to get these vehicles that get stuck, that are doing off-roading and whatever. One of them has a Corvair body, he calls it the Morvair. Anyway, there's the cutest blonde chick who became such a star and a hit on that program, and she left. And people, you know how they are, they always fill in the blanks with negative information. Turns out she got married, she wanted to have a family, but this girl, attractive and so helpful, absolutely grew up on saving Jeeps and saving 4-wheel drive. Why are we talking about this? In the middle of nowhere. I'm saying it because I know Ken would love it.
No, it's great. That is awesome.
I nodded out there in the middle of that. Sorry.
I know. Once you watch it, you're going to be hooked. Every time I see my husband watching it, I roll my eyes and go, "Oh God, another Morvair!"
Morvair. I love that.
But it's very, very cool, and he's a good guy. All right.
So no, one more thing, and then we'll all right. I told my wife she should have started a business like the hot handy woman. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So she goes to your house and fixes your
Well,
stuff.
you gotta watch out with that. Though she'd have to have bodyguards with her.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
You know.
That's what I think too.
But-
Guys love that.
Yes, I'd love it just because I don't have to do it. Because I don't know how to do it.
You know that one of the hottest things to men ever is the scene in My Weekend with Vinny. What is it? When Marissa Tomei talks about
Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Any guy worth his salt watches her in that court thing, talking about
Posi traction.
together-
It's a limited slip differential.
Right.
Which I don't even know what that means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is so wonderful. And most men are going, oh, I love her.
And Vic,
I love her.
And Vic, if you do know what it means, that's even more attractive.
Yeah. So what if you don't know, like me?
It's still attractive, right?
You bet. You bet.
I'm not attractive because I have no clue.
You're
None.
attractive in different ways.
Why? What is posi traction? It's a limited slip differential. I don't even know.
But he does remember the words of the
Of course.
line.
Yes.
Can you do the last part when she leads up to it, and then I forget what she says, but she was so good in that role.
Yeah.
What was it at the end? She says, dead center.
Before tap
end.
dead center. Yeah. 45
Yeah,
degrees. Because you don't know. I can't question. There's curse words in it. I can't do it. But maybe next week. Maybe Thursday we'll play some of that.
Yeah, that'd be
They'll
good.
bleep you, and you.
Ken's got the bleepy machine over there.
Okay.
All right. So
right.
you want to talk about it or you don't want to talk about
Somewhere over the rainbow.
it?
There's a lot of evil, rotten, stinky stuff going on in the world. Next.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I mean, it's terrible. It's like, what are we going to do? We keep ranting and ranting about it. That's one of the reasons why I didn't Hello, what was that?
You said
The
a bad
beeper?
word. I heard you say a bad word. Ken can beep you anytime he wants. So be good to me.
That sounded funny.
Well, if I'm not careful, he could bleep the whole segment.
Yeah,
The whole
that's
thing.
true. He's
Just
done that
like
to me. He's done that to me.
I was holding off posting the latest ickiness on Twitter because I thought, maybe he wants to do something different. And if he sees it, he'll ask me about this. And I, look, whatever you want to do, you can do.
Let's see now. Caught telling the truth. You want to talk about that one?
It's really along the same lines.
Oh my God!
Which is why
I love the video you put up with the.
It's disgusting.
The girls playing the violins and the bass guitar there, bass thing there.
Oh yes,
And
that.
you put a little Borga-esque, Victor Borga.
Yes. Well, let me just say, for people who want to, get serious, and we always do both, I know, you can watch this video of this Hamas official calling for the death of Jews all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I wake up to in the morning, and I go, what are you going to do?
Well,
I'm going to post. Yeah.
Well, we were going to play you some audio of the
you
of the brother that had to dig his own grave, and
Yes.
and you don't want to hear that. I don't want to,
Well, I mean, it is quite. I'll tell you one thing, and sometimes I actually don't watch it. I know it. I know it's there, and I say it's going to just be in one other thing that I feel like I can't do anything about, and which I have to, give myself a talking to, because this stuff really, really does affect me and upset me.
Yeah.
I mean, how can it not? The point is, how do you keep your equilibrium when there are things you can't do anything about and things you can, and
And
that
Karen,
kind of
I
thing.
understand all that, and the only reason why I grabbed that clip is because at the very end of this, the brother says, "If you're silent, you're complicit," and that really got to me.
And please don't let me think putting you on the defensive about it.
No.
Everything everything's on the table when we talk.
Since
And I
October
love that.
7th, it's been a different ball game. You know what I mean? I mean, prior to October 7th, nothing like that came up. I mean, I had my Third Reich thing, but other than that,
Well, there's that.
there's that.
There is that.
But I do
Well-
it to learn. I do it to learn and become educated.
One of the things that I have learned in whatever reading and stuff that I've seen is that there were pockets of terror cells and propagandists who were waiting and ready for October 7th, which was the signal, so that they could immediately on October 7th and October 8th, they could get to work changing and flipping the narrative, which some of us who watch already knew that would happen. And that suddenly, as barbaric and a horrific attack, that within days or less, Hamas and the so-called Palestinians would be the victims, and Israel would be the aggressor. Israel would be the perpetrator. And sadly, there are people who have gullibly bought into this, a total double standard.
We said that
What they expect of Israel and what they expect of everyone else who's been attacked. And yes, we cannot deny it anymore. There's a lot of Jew hatred that buttresses this point of view.
I'm
He
shocked
owes me.
that people don't see it that way. Anybody who was alive in 1972 at the Munich Olympic Games, that was mass media. That was mainstream media. It was ABC, and it was Chris Schenkel, I guess. Was it Chris Schenkel who said they're all gone? I'll never forget him saying they're all gone. And I was like, oh my God, they're all gone. What do you do now? Do you cancel the rest of the Olympics? No, they didn't. They went on. And Mark Spitz, a Jew, won a whole bunch of great gold medals. So I guess that part was good.
Unfortunately, the world has changed, and yet it's the same. I am noticing, and I did refer to this once before, not too long ago. In fact, I posted that interaction you and I had on my website about there is a certain segment of the Christian right that after COVID, they were looking for a globalist answer to the crazy insanity that was happening. And for those who already had pre-existing biases and bigotry, it actually gave birth to a whole new permission to hate Jews in Israel that I have not seen before, and which now people are coming out of the closet. I've talked to you about that. And the thing that I must protect against, and which I intend to, and I'm working on it, is to make sure that I don't become hateful of all Christians, because some of whom I feel betrayed by. I do. These are people, I told you this. There's another one just recently, had a conversation with her. All of a sudden, the most pro-Israel Christian woman I have maybe ever known. She used to hang out with us at the Jewish Republicans of Colorado, and I was president. We made her a member of the board. Now she's saying, well, if the UN sees fit, this is what she said to me, to legitimize a Palestinian state, I wouldn't have a problem with it. She thinks Netanyahu is part of this great Jewish cabal. Why? Because she's been watching conspiracy videos like LaRouche and all kinds of things, and now she's made a complete flip. This is a trend I'm seeing. What I was wanting to say, and I really got to hustle and wrap it up here, I know, is that if I do what my great-grandparents or my grandparents did, which is to be deeply suspicious of all Christians, then I would not have been saved. I hate to say it this boldly, but in the Holocaust, when there were righteous Gentiles who put their lives on the line to save Jews. So the problem is, how do we know? You have to judge everybody individually, because the sad part is there really is Jewish hatred on the right, and now they are emboldened and feeling more bold than ever to come out of the closet with it. But then there are people who are not that.
Yep.
And it's pretty hard because they've been hiding, or they were flipped. And so that is dilemmas that I've been watching and talking to various rabbis and others, Jew and non-Jew alike,
right,
as to what they think about this, because they're watching it too.
Yep. Tell those rabbis that don't worry, they'll always get the punchline of every joke. Okay, and we'll see to it. And you said you like to read. I don't like to read because there's just so many words. Every page has got the most words.
Stick to videos.
That's
you don't have
it.
to read nothing.
That's it.
You don't have to read nothing.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. We'll talk on Thursday.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you back.
Bye, Karen.
Karen Kataline. I knew she'd get into it.
Yeah.
The best thing is just wind her up and let her
Go.
go.
Yeah.
Don't say a word. Just let her go.
Yep.
All right. Coming up next, our feature presentation, the main event, Mueller versus Durham. Oh, I'm sorry. Mueller versus Durham Annex, I guess we have to say the right way, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL, #1 for live and local conservative talk. We got Jay Giles Band on here.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen.
True international average of pressure.
Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen.
I mean, as the involve our institution.
How did I just
see no loss? See no so long as
on News Talk STL. 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Live and local.
Listen to what those local folks are telling you.
News Talk STL.
The Herzog Foundation is the vision of its founder, Stanley Herzog, and it exists to promote quality Christ-centered K-12 education nationwide.
Hi, this is Chris Stegall with the Herzog Foundation. We offer a wide variety of resources relevant to today's families, including a free online publication called The Lion. The lion is one of God's most majestic creatures, symbolizing strength and courage. Named for its attributes, the Lion publication carries articles covering a wide range of topics facing American families and culture, especially related to the education of children. The Lion can be found online at readlion.com. That's READ lion.com.
Sign up for The Lion at readlion.com and find dozens of must-read articles published every day. Visit readlion.com and subscribe for the weekly and daily digests so you never miss an article. Readlion.com. That's readlion.com.
Hey, Columbo here for Rockwood Charcoal. Rockwood is made from 100% pure Missouri oak and hickory, so you're cooking with the best and supporting local industry and a local business all at once. There's over 100 area Rockwood retailers. Find yours at rockwoodcharcoal.com.
I'm Dr. TJ, owner of the Institute of Natural Health, co-owner of Optimal Nutraceuticals, and the host of Wellness One. Wellness One is designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you common sense science-based information regarding health and wellness. On the show, we discuss topics like thyroid health, gut health, hormone optimization, and many others. Our show airs Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. right here on NewstalkSTL. And you can visit us at inhstl.com. That's inhstl.com.
Newstalk STL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Border crossings are at an all-time low. We're talking with Laura Reese from Heritage and also Susie Moore from RedState.com.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on Newstalk STL. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
You can be here by 4:30 because I've made your reservation. Don't be
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Oh, for you.
On Newstalk STL.
Somehow that's make fun of me thing. I don't know why. That, oh, poor you.
You think?
I swear to God, I will come around this thing, poke you in the eye. All right, welcome to it, 1019-94.1 News Talk STL. Thank you so much for being here. If you could follow us on our podcast, Ken puts together some great podcasts of the show. If you can find those, download them, share them with your friends is a great idea.
Great idea.
Yeah, so everybody can be hip to the show and, you help us out. And if you could hit the like button, that'd be great too.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that in the history of like buttons, I've never heard of anyone dying from one. So would it kill you? Would it kill you?
It's not on the side of the cigarette box, is it?
No, please. It would be great if you hit the like button.
So thank you so much. All right. So Ken went wild researching over the weekend. Remember we were talking about how Adam Schiff didn't research anything he said about Janine Pirro? Remember how we talked about how Bill Maher didn't research that Hillary Clinton said that Trump is an illegitimate president? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did. Well, I can't say we. I didn't build the steps.
No, you did.
And I didn't do the research.
You
Ken
did do research also.
And Ken and I talked about this for, I don't know, a couple hours on Saturday on what the hell happened. So the title of this particular segment is our main event, Mueller versus Durham. Annex. Durham Annex?
Yeah, Durham Annex.
And Durham Annex.
Which we have to address because, I've never heard of it put that way before.
So what is the classified annex to the Durham report?
Right.
So when John Durham released his final report in May 2023, it was accompanied by, they didn't tell us this at the time, Ken, that there was a classified annex that has not been made public. Why?
Right.
First of all, why did they do that? Second of all, why didn't they tell us that there was an annex?
I think we're going to find out why.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not good enough. Why didn't they tell us then in May of 2023?
No, I agree with that. I don't know why they wouldn't have told us, but I think we're finding out why, because they didn't want the information to get out. Really?
I'm sorry. That is some sort of tyrannical Marxist socialist.
Well, this is when, keep in mind, this is when the deep state was in full swing, man. This was when the deep state was something we had no idea that it was. We had an idea. We did, but we couldn't prove anything. Now we can.
At this time, Christopher Wray was the director of the FBI.
Yes.
John Brennan was the head of the CIA.
Correct.
Got a lot of dirty stuff going on here. So what is the Durham annex? It's to find out, to contain foreign intelligence, surveillance data, or internal assessments related to the FBI, Christopher Wray, the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation,
Barack Obama,
the CIA or NSA intelligence. CIA, as we mentioned, was John Brennan, and NSA was Susan Rice. Is that right?
I believe so.
On individuals tied to the 2016 Trump campaign. Possible foreign interference narratives or disinformation as well. So this Crossfire Hurricane investigation required FISA warrants, right, Ken?
Yes. They required FISA warrants in order to, I guess, move forward with their investigation. If they didn't have the FISA warrants, Vic, it couldn't have happened.
Now, when this happened since we've been on the air, by the way.
Yeah.
And I believe when it happened, we said on this show, why are they using FISA to investigate American citizens?
Yeah, that was immediate. That was our first question out of the gate. I remember that.
FISA is for foreign investigation, not domestic investigations. So that's how they got around it, I guess. Well, let's call it FISA. Let's call it a foreign thing because we think that the Soviets colluded with Trump to win the election, so we can use the FISA warrants. All right, enough of that. This is the Durham part. This is the Durham Annex part. We'll get to the Mueller versus Durham as soon as we can here. So the key findings of the Annex, the Durham Annex, the FBI lacked sufficient evidence to open a full investigation in July of 2016.
That was the original Durham report, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is not in the Annex. Right. You're right. This is the original Durham report. So without the Annex, then, Ken, the FBI lacked sufficient evidence to open a full investigation in July of 2016. In 2023, in the original Durham report.
Exactly.
So why didn't everything end right there?
Well, it should have. In a just and legal administration at the time, they would have said, look, we can't go farther with this because we don't have the evidence. And FISA, they have a high bar in order to have a FISA warrant given to use.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, well, lower the bar. Let's lower the bar, or whatever.
Just strive for mediocrity.
Right.
The Bureau, meaning the FBI, was too quick to pursue leads involving Trump while being more cautious about allegations involving Clinton. So let's just stop and talk about that.
Yeah.
The allegations of destroyed emails, 33,000 emails, which, by the way, the Facebook experts all thinks no big deal. The 30,000 bleach bit, all that crap, they're like, oh, but her emails. That's what they're right.
And let's remind people that don't know, because there are, I'm sure, a lot of other people who are listening now that didn't then. BleachBit was a software program that it was used to completely, like, you can delete things off of your computer. But I heard a great analogy the other day, Vic. It's kind of like if you have this was in reference to child pornography. Say you've got a house and you're walking down the street and it has a street address. You walk up and you rip down that street address, so there's no street address available. The house is still there, though, and that's what happens when you use BleachBit. BleachBit apparently got rid of the house too. So there was no record of
that
it
is a great analogy,
ever existing. So that's where we're at. And this is the problem we had initially when we first talked about this, Vic, is that how could anyone, one email, one top secret email, let alone 33,000, can delete that and not get in trouble?
Yeah. And, keep in mind, the whole administration was a part of this, and they're all, I was going to say in Biden's pocket. Biden didn't even know he had pockets.
Yeah.
But whoever was running the country.
Obama.
Crossfire Hurricane launched basically on uncorroborated intelligence from foreign sources. What happened to that high bar you were talking about, Ken? The FISA high bar.
Well, right. Well, I think there were certain individuals that were supposed to authorize this. They still had the high bar, but the administration of the Obamas lied.
Right. So the Steele dossier, they based the FISA warrant on the Steele dossier that was found to be unverified and unreliable. So when you have a law enforcement agency like the FBI using things that weren't verified or reliable, what kind of FBI are you? What are you doing here?
You're a Democrat FBI.
What about other things that needed to be investigated for real and weren't because assets were put on this?
Well, this is when, do you remember when this first came out and they said, well, it's unverified? And that's what they actually in the Durham report originally said. It's unverifiable. So we can't move forward. And they found a way to take, okay, now imagine this, taking the information that you have and saying, we need to make this real. We need to make this completely verifiable. So what do? We send it to one of our left-wing online rags, one of the platforms, one of the papers that are online, and give that to them. So then what do? They report this as being fact because it was given by a government official to the platform. So they report it back saying it's fact. So then the government, Vic, in turn says, see, it's fact because they reported it and they said the government reported it to them.
Wow.
That's how they created it.
So the guy they went after was Carter Page.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
They misrepresented facts. The FBI, this says, misrepresented facts to the FISA court to obtain surveillance on Carter Page. Now, once again, the FISA is Foreign Investigative something, but it's for foreign investigations. Intelligence warnings were even ignored during all of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The 2016 CIA referral warning the FBI that Hillary Clinton may have approved a plan to tie Trump to Russia. Now, this is where it gets confusing to me. I'm still trying to sort all this out in my brain, and I have to go back to Friday when you and I were talking to Susie Moore, and we were looking at an email that was sent from Bernardo, whatever his name was. Leonard Bernardo. And Susie was like, well, it's not an email. That's a summary. Well, okay, that's fine, except it wasn't written like a summary. It was written like, here's what's going on. Hillary said, go.
And honest to God, I understand that conversation we had, Vic, but I think we need to stay away from that because if that's what she said it is, that's fine. Let that lie because we've got enough here. Like, for example, Durham found serious failures in the FBI's duty to ensure accuracy. I mean, that alone, that report, that was a piece in that original report that said that what the FBI found was wrong. So do not go forward. That alone. Forget everything else.
Yep.
Forget the emails, all of it. They should have said, okay, it's out the window. We can't use this. But
So,
they didn't.
Keeping in mind that this is a Democrat-run administration with Democrat-friendly FBI and CIA, and they did bring two people to trial, Sussman and Danchenko, who somehow, Michael Sussman, a Clinton campaign lawyer, and Igor Danchenko, a Steele dossier source, were both acquitted.
And this is where it gets very interesting.
Yeah, we haven't even cracked the surface yet. So that's it. That's part one. Part two of the main event, Mueller versus Durham Annex. Ding, ding, ding. We'll be right back for more on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Watch us on our live stream using Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
How dare you?
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
All right. Ken sent me a note over the weekend saying, yeah, Chris Cooper's coming back in August.
Yeah.
Comes and visits us like once a month. One thing, though, that I don't like about Chris Cooper, he never brings us donuts. Ever.
That's probably a good thing.
I'm just saying that Chris Cooper, Mr. Smart Wealth Management Money Guy, Mr. Let's have fun when you come to my office and talk about Seinfeld,
right?
Never have brought us donuts, not one time. I'm just saying.
I'm
saying.
with you.
I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just reporting the facts.
That's all you're doing.
That's the facts. No bias on my part.
None.
But I do like jelly donuts.
Yeah.
So when you talk to Chris, you'll drive home saying, yeah, I don't want to leave my money to the government through taxes. No way. I don't want to leave my money to the medical or care community. God bless them, but they're very, very expensive. I want to leave my money to my kids or the charity of my choice. And you won't even realize you learned that until you're like thinking back on the visit with Chris Cooper. You'll be like, I'll be damned. He taught me something.
Right.
It wasn't just about pretzels making me thirsty and the coffee table book. So he's got a book you can read. It's not a coffee table book. It's a real book. And it's called The New Holistic Retirement. A great way to get acquainted with Chris and his thinking. You can get it for free at Serenity Tax. Serenity Now, tax.com. That's Serenity Now, tax.com. The radio show, the Fun with Finance show.
Yeah.
Right?
Serenity Wealth Now, mister.
Yeah. You. So tune in. Go get the book for free. And then go talk to Chris Cooper. He'll help you. Serenity Now with Chris Cooper.
St. Louis's new choice for conservative talk.
Thank you for the opportunity to let me vent here.
Live and local.
Way to be, guys. 1019 all the way.
This is News Talk STL.
I am home.
Hey, it's Chris Arps, and I'm heading back to Israel the week of August 11th, but this time, Tim will be coming with me.
That's right, Chris. Our friends at Newsmax sending us to Israel the week of August 11th. We'll be checking in with all our favorite local shows all week, as well as doing our own show there.
Newsmax and News Talk STL teaming up for Mission Israel the week of August 11th. And I hope the trip doesn't include bomb shelters and evacuation bus rides like my last visit.
The Tim Jones and Chris Arps Show, weekday afternoons at 4, live and local, right here on News Talk STL.
Dude, this house is perfect. Crumbs everywhere, sticky counters. I've already texted the colony.
Sweet. I'll bring my 500 cousins. This will be the biggest ant rager of the summer.
Wait, what's that sound? Oh, no, it's those trucks with the green wheels. Party's over, man. Party's over.
This is Derek, the owner of All Solutions Pest Control. We'd love to help you out. Give us a call today at 636-486-7888 to learn more about our special $67 offer.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
Fox News commentary.
Chicago's most privileged posse of crybabies has formalized their whiny behavior into a scream club. I'm Tommy Lahren. More next.
Sponsored by AxeCap Ventures. America, listen up. Gold prices are breaking records. With inflation raging and central banks hoarding, every American should own gold. And like President Trump said, whoever holds the gold makes the rules. AxeCap Ventures owns one of Nevada's largest undeveloped gold deposits and trades for pennies on the dollar. This could be your way to ride the gold boom. AxeCap trades under GARLF on the OTC. Visit axecapventures.ca today.
Was riddled with migrants, gun violence, and overall lawlessness, and now they have a new annoying problem, also likely formed and founded by liberals. It's a scream club. The city's most privileged group of crybabies have formalized their whiny behavior into an actual scream club. Basically, this group of mostly white and likely liberal women gather together to scream into the abyss for a cathartic release. They quite literally band together in shared anger and frustration and yell out at Lake Michigan. Why are these people always so bitter and jaded and unpleasant? If you have time to go meet up with other folks to scream at the lake, your life probably isn't that bad. You're not that oppressed, and you should get over yourselves. You know, there are plenty of improvements to be made in Chicago, and I'd sure hope these screaming folks would devote the passion, energy, and effort into something more productive for Chicago and mankind. I'm Tommy Lahren, and you can watch my show, Tommy Lahren is Fearless, at Outkick.com.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Proctor Drapery Blinds and Shutters. Proctor, spelled like doctor. ProctorDrapery.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hi, this is Yakov Smirnov, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on Vic Porcelli Show on the Newstalk STL.
Country. Okay, back to the main event, which is Mueller versus Durham Annex. We're up to speculated contents of the classified annex. You know how, like, I just learned the word stringer over the weekend?
Yeah.
I learned the word annex in this sense with this report. An annex to me was you build a thing on your house, or my town, Manchester, was annexed into St. Louis, into Manchester from St. Louis County.
It's a really good point, because when I first started looking at this, like at the very beginning, I just entered into chat. I put Durham Annex.
Yeah.
And it came up with the hospital wing of
Right.
the wing of a hospital in Durham, North Carolina.
So I would like to say, when you hear people talking about annex, like they knew what they were talking, like they knew that all along, they didn't.
Right.
They just learned it like we did.
Sure.
We're not complete idiots. We're partial idiots.
Right.
So, speculated contents of the classified annex. Raw intelligence reports original CIA and NSA intelligence. First of all, we have to make a correction. I'm so sorry. This was not under the Christopher Wray direction of the FBI. This was under James Comey.
Right.
Which now makes sense, right?
Yes.
Part of the big lying team. Lying mean lying, not lying. Lying. Full of stuff.
Team.
Original CIA and NSA intelligence reports that triggered or influenced the Russian probe. Foreign intelligence contributions from Australia, the UK, and possibly others. I think that's Ken how they got away with calling it a FISA because of the other countries involved here.
And then they had to. I mean, if you didn't have any foreign actors, you wouldn't have a FISA report at all.
Now, a CIA memo. This is a CIA memo. I don't know who Bernardo works for. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna, you don't want to talk about that.
I really don't. Yeah.
This is in this thing you sent me. CIA memo.
Yeah.
Don't know who wrote the CIA memo. But it says a July 2016 CIA memo referred to by Durham suggests that Hillary Clinton was planning to link Trump to Russian interference. The memo was sent to FBI leadership and Obama administration officials, including then FBI Director Comey and CIA Director Brennan, two
Right.
guys who, by the way, lied to Congress when they were testifying in front of a House committee or Senate committee.
Yeah, and nothing was done about it.
Well, apparently, if you're a Democrat, perjury is not a thing anymore.
Right.
So, on to internal FBI DOJ communications, classified emails, notes, and assessments from FBI and DOJ officials regarding the decision-making process during 2016 and 2017. Sources, identities, and surveillance targets, redacted or concealed identities of confidential human sources, and possibly foreign assets. So
that was pretty comprehensive. I mean, that was very involved with a lot of information.
And Ken redacted to protect the identity of foreign assets. People who aren't even citizens of the United States.
And imagine that. I mean, with President Trump, all he's been through the last 10 years, had any of this happened on his with him, they would have revealed everything and then put it on national television.
So what about congressional interest? Some members of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence have reportedly viewed parts of the classified annex on secured facilities.
Yeah, skiffs. That they were
skiffs,
in a skiff.
right,
Yeah.
Ken, right. And by the way, people use skiff a lot and didn't know what that meant.
Right.
Okay, just saying.
And that's how we learned it.
Calls from certain Republican members to declassify portions of the annex have been made, but were blocked due to, in quotes, national security concerns.
So everybody listening right now, if ever you hear this government on either side of the aisle say, well, we're just concerned about national security, I want to cuss so bad right now,
Yeah.
but I won't.
Okay.
I'll just say that, you know what? They're full of it. They really are.
So just a very quick timeline. 2016, FBI opens the Crossfire Hurricane investigation into Trump's campaign ties to Russia. Then in September of 2016, the CIA sends a memo to the FBI leadership alleging that Clinton campaign may be planning to tie Trump to Russia and election interference. 2017, Robert Mueller is appointed to investigate the whole Steele dossier thing, and did Trump
and to take over the Russian investigation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Then he released. Do you remember Mueller's appearance in front of the committee about this?
Oh, yeah.
He was like worse than Biden.
Right.
He couldn't remember anything. Where am I?
He was, yeah, and in my opinion, this is my opinion, it was an act.
That was in 2017.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Kenny.
Yeah.
Very good. Then Bill Barr appointed John Durham. And what you'll find, ladies and gentlemen.
And then that was in 2019, right, Vic?
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought I said that, but I guess I didn't.
No.
Okay.
In May 2019.
And then Durham did prosecute 2 individuals, as we mentioned, Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman and Steele dossier source Igor Denchenko, who were both acquitted, Ken.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not
Yeah, I
saying
mean, they were.
So now here's the real deal. Okay. Durham versus Mueller. Both were special counsels. Both of the purpose was to, on the Mueller report, investigate the origins of the FBI Trump-Russia probe. Mueller report.
No, that was a Durham report. Investigate the origins.
That's what I said, isn't it?
No, you said Mueller report.
I'm sorry. So the Durham report was to investigate the origins of the FBI's Trump-Russia probe.
Right.
Mueller investigated Russian interference. So they're not even investigating the same thing.
Right. Well, what it was is Mueller in 2019, the Mueller report came out. They were investigating Russia interference, originally saying, yes, there was Russian interference and it was due to partially because of Donald Trump. And then in 2023, the Durham report came out to investigate the origins of the FBI's Russia report.
So the conclusion of the Durham report, FBI had insufficient basis to launch Crossfire Hurricane and failed to verify claims.
But in 2019, Russia, they said, did interfere in 2016.
That's Mueller. You're quoting Mueller.
I'm saying in 2019, the Mueller report, Russia did interfere in 2016. No criminal conspiracy by Trump campaign was found at that time.
Criminal charges, 3 total for Durham, 1 guilty plea, 2 acquittals, Sussman and Danchenko.
Right.
And then the Mueller report, 34 indictments, including 6 Trump associates, Manafort, Flynn, and Stone.
And remember all
arrested.
those. Remember all
Stone
those?
on TV.
Yeah, with handcuffs and chains and everything else. Yeah.
That was the Mueller report.
And that was during the Mueller report in 2019. You said that they were acquitted. The only 2 that were actually, I guess, charged were acquitted was Sussman and Danchenko. But yet, on of course, the other side, they were just handing out indictments like candy.
34. Classified annex, yes, still unreleased. Why is anything still unreleased?
Well, at least they have it right now, and I would suspect, and I don't know, but I would suspect they haven't released it right now because they're trying to get things in order for a big release.
And under the Mueller report, no classified annex, though some redactions were made. Political reactions. The Durham report praised by Trump allies, seen as evidence of a deep state setup. On the Mueller report, seen as partially vindicating Trump, but criticized for obstruction findings. So, they had to find something on Trump, or he would have got spanked by the whole Democrat Party. Mueller, I'm talking about.
Yeah. Right. They had to, he had to, no matter what it was.
So what's the public impact of the Durham report? It fueled calls for Pfizer reform and greater FBI oversight. I think somebody needs to oversee the FBI myself, but that's just me.
Well, no, we have a new FBI director.
Yes, we do. The Mueller report triggered impeachment debates and media scrutiny. Trump, Russian top. Unbelievable. I swear to God, unbelievable. So Hillary Clinton, here's kind of the bottom line to this. Hillary Clinton approved a plan to tie President Trump to the Russians because, Trump and Putin are good buddies. And when you're a really good buddy, you send 2 nuclear submarines to their country. That's what friends do.
You don't give all of your radium. Oh, what is it? What was it? Uranium 1?
Uranium, right.
Yeah, they did the Uranium 1 deal with Hillary Clinton. But they're not friends, though. They weren't friends then.
And let's remind everyone what FISA stands for. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. This is supposed to be for foreigners.
And this is where Hillary Clinton and all of them come in saying that, well, yeah, we did the FISA report and then an American got caught up in all of it. So we had to use that information as well. That's the whole thing. People say, well, if they used FISA, they couldn't have done what they did. Well, yeah, they can. Apparently, in a FISA report, if an American's caught up in that during the time that they're getting the information from a foreign source, then they can use that information against that American entity, no matter what, because they're involved. But that was their scam. They said, oh, look, Carter Page, look at Donald Trump's involved. So now they can bring them in. But let's not forget. The very origin of Crossfire Hurricane is based on lies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this whole thing, and they found out this is all documented. You Democrats, this is all documented that this whole thing we're talking about right now is a lie.
So, the outlook, privacy advocates, ACLU, FreedomWorks. We're trying to get Tom Fitton from FreedomWorks on the show.
Yeah,
I mean, he gets probably 1 zillion emails a day,
no doubt,
especially since his organization was named in this.
Right? Yeah.
But Tom Fitton, every day he's doing another lawsuit against, corruption. FBI and intelligence community are resisting some changes. Of course they are, warning they could hinder national security. Compromise legislation is likely before the end of 2025. Compromise legislation. I don't like that word, compromise. But here's the thing, okay? National security. I get it, man. I want our country to be secure. Who doesn't want our country to be secure, right?
Right.
But you can't go overboard and say that it threatens our national security when the entire story was made up to begin with.
Exactly.
You know who's a threat to national security? Hillary.
That's what it comes down to, Vic. And they ask, well, what went wrong in the Trump-Russia case? Per Durham. Here's how the process failed. According to the Durham report, FISA principle, evidence must be verified. FBI must vet sources. What should happen is the FBI must vet sources before using them in court. I mean, it's natural, hey, obviously, but no, they didn't. What actually happened, the FBI relied on unverified Steele dossier information that they created.
That's a national security.
That is, yes.
Not anything that Trump did.
And that's one of the primary reasons why we were bringing up all of this information for you, to let you understand, because we didn't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, what's the Durham Annex? What happened there? Well, you know now.
And where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it?
We want to find out where is the rest of it exactly. Then the story's going to continue.
Yeah, it's just bad, Ken. So we tried to get to everything we couldn't. I mean, this is like a encyclopedia here Ken gave me. Ken, let me ask you a question. Is there any way that you can make this electronic so somebody can read it?
Yeah, it's in PDF form, so I could probably put it up.
Where would you put it?
Maybe I think maybe on the Facebook account, maybe
Okay.
News Talk's Facebook page.
Okay.
If I can, I'll try. At least I'll get a link to where I can send it. I'll find out, because I think everybody needs to read this.
And because we couldn't get to it. I mean, we dedicated 2 segments to it, and we still couldn't get to everything.
Right. But it's so important. This is actually what has happened to this country over the last 10 years, everybody.
Yep.
No matter what, we went through so much hell as the American people, and even the people now, even on the left, the ones who are low information we talk about all the time, they got all this information, and not their fault that they're following some of this.
Yeah. And low information doesn't mean stupid. It just means that the mainstream media hasn't given you the information like they should have, and we're trying to do something about it.
And they might be ill-informed because of their own doing, because they don't research, but that's another story.
I didn't see. Did the Today Show do anything on this?
Nothing. Nothing like it, and they never will.
Today Show do anything about the Cincinnati fight?
Nothing.
Huh.
You know what did? America's News Desk on ABC before 7 a.m. did.
Yeah. And what about did NBC do anything about the guy here in St. Louis that went to a soccer game and they made him leave because he had a MAGA hat on?
No, they didn't do anything
Nothing
with that.
there?
Nothing, no.
All right, so we'll dive into that when we get back. But there's a lot going on there. Because if you can't wear a hat, they'd kick you out. I got news for you. They would kick you out for the hat you're wearing right now.
Oh, I know.
Because it's a conservative station.
Yep.
All right, we'll talk about that as soon as we get back after the news on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Whoosh.
Concerned about the condition of your windows driving up your energy bills? I was too, until I called STL Windows and Doors. Their Provia windows combine old world craftsmanship the professional way, the Provia way, with over 65 years of combined experience, locally owned, offering competitive pricing and personalized service that the big box companies can't match. Call today for your free in-home estimate and start saving tomorrow. 314-277-5952 or stlwindowsanddoors.com.
Hey, firearms enthusiast. Looking for a family and veteran-owned shop with a wide selection of products and services? Head to DG Firearms, 115 Business Highway 61 North in Bowling Green. DG Firearms has been your one-stop shop for custom ARs, Cerakoting, laser engraving, gunsmithing, suppressors, ammo, and reloading supplies. DG Firearms, 115 Business Highway 61 North in Bowling Green. And online at dgfirearmsllc.com.
Hey, Colombo here for Intervine, a great local company that has customers all across the country due to the quality of their products. Intervine has the best flashlights, lanterns, headlamps, and even batteries, including the new Monster 2000 Lumen waterproof lantern and the Sentinel 2000 self-defense flashlight. Our home and vehicles are full of great Intervine products, and right now you can shop their website and get 25% off your entire purchase just by using my name, Tony, as your promo code. That's promo code Tony at Intervine.com.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. In Texas, Republican Governor Greg Abbott called a special session of the legislature that started last month to take up the redistricting effort that President Trump has urged. Republican strategist Erin McGuire says she's amazed that Democrats still don't understand the president's popularity.
He was an outsider. He brought that big, brash personality that people wanted. But two, he had a platform to sell. Make America great again. Bring jobs back. Bring greatness back. Close our southern border. Make sure that people know they do not mess with the United States. And we will no longer go on global apology tours.
McGuire spoke with the Salem Radio Network. Many Texas Democrats have left the state to prevent the state house from voting on new congressional maps. Governor Abbott says he will seek to remove them from office if they're not back when the House reconvenes this afternoon. Also at townhall.com, a strike by thousands of workers that build fighter jets for Boeing at 3 U.S. plants is the second labor disruption for the plane builder in less than a year. Correspondent Mike Hempen.
Boeing workers in Missouri and Illinois have rejected the company's latest contract offer. About 3,200 workers at Boeing facilities in St. Louis, St. Charles, Missouri, and Muscoda, Illinois have gone on strike. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers says the employees rejected a modified 4-year labor agreement. Last week, union members rejected an earlier proposal from Boeing that included a 20% wage increase over 4 years. I'm Mike Hempen.
A tropical storm churning in the western Atlantic Ocean, but forecasters say it's expected to move away from the U.S. coast and will stay north of Bermuda. Tropical Storm Dexter, the fourth named storm of the current Atlantic hurricane season. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You work hard, you build wisely, your home has become one of your greatest assets. If you're staying put this summer, this might be the perfect time to put that equity to work. Whether it's funding a second home, helping your kids get their start, or simply creating more margin in your financial life, Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans are the only ones I trust to guide you through it. They've done loans for my family. They tailor every loan to fit your goals. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. If you're looking to access your equity through a refi or exploring a HELOC for some cash this summer for a second property, or maybe tackle those updates you've been putting off, start with people you trust, people I trust. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Rodney and Jen Wallner and the entire Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway. Call them today at 314-810-SOLD. 314-810-SOLD.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 1019. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
Attention off-road enthusiasts. Iron Bear Customs has the strongest bumpers on the planet. Plus, brush guards, lift kits, and custom cages for all vehicles. Visit ironbearcustoms.com and mention NewstalkSTL for 10% off. Iron Bear Customs, built tough for the toughest terrain.
Discover Patriot Powder Coating, your family-owned specialist in Pacific. From small jobs to big projects, we got you covered. Visit our showroom or call 636-551-0377. Mention NewstalkSTL for 10% off.
With all of the celebrations, anniversaries, and holidays coming up over the next few months, where are you going to go to get that special something for the special people in your life? Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, of course. Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, found 24/7 at wowdiamonds.com. Tim Jones here to tell you all about Newsteaders Fine Jewelers. Richard Newsteader and his team serving our region since 1961 with awesome, honest jewelry solutions. They've got everything from diamonds to wedding engagement rings, hand-engraved items, pendants, earrings, and so much more. You can find them 24/7, wowdiamonds.com. That's Newsteaders Fine Jewelers, wowdiamonds.com.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, two behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
You know, obviously Ken made that to sound like it's the Dan Bongino show starting. And who knows, you know? I mean, he almost had to go back to his radio show because he didn't want to lie to the American people.
Because he's angry, yeah.
He was angry, but he's not getting his third hour here.
No.
Buster, he's not.
We'll fight for it anyway.
Yes,
we'll at least fight for it.
You're going to fight him?
No.
He's like
I'm not gonna
MMA.
fight, no.
Okay, I'm just saying.
We'll fight for it.
Verbal.
We'll fight for it.
Fight for it. Perfect. Chat box 1141, Doug Blair. You know, I want to ask Doug about this exodus of senators and representatives from Texas because they don't want to redistrict and all that stuff.
Right, because it's such a crime to do, except unless, of course, we've proven that if you're a Democrat,
right,
gerrymandering is all over the place.
Gavin Newsom's doing it right now.
Yeah.
And nobody's bitching about that.
No.
I didn't hear them mention
because
that
that's Democrat.
on the Today Show. Okay. So if you're going to go see our St. Louis City soccer team, don't wear your MAGA hat because that's not allowed. So this guy, I forgot his name, Ken.
Yeah, I don't
know. But he went to go see, he's going to support the soccer team. I think I heard that he has season tickets to the soccer team. He's a big fan.
Yeah, I know that he has a lot of tickets. He goes all the time. I don't know if it's season, but I don't think it matters.
He had great seats. He had great seats right up front.
Yeah.
But you know what? He wore a MAGA hat.
Yeah, he did.
And they made him leave. Here's a little bit of the confrontation.
No, I just want to make sure yeah, what's up? I'm Michael Weitzel. I'm being asked
Michael
to leave
Weitzel.
by the police because of Donald Trump.
Hey, I'm a Donald Trump.
You're a Trump fan?
I'm a Meg. Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
So I just want
all these coppers you got to deal with them, Megan. But they're not political here. They don't want any kind of political.
So those flags over there,
Those are pre-approved.
those flags over there, those aren't political.
He's showing the LGBTQ flags.
Can you stop?
Equally enforced on everybody.
He pointed to the what about those? That cop or whoever it was so ready for that question. He immediately said those are pre-approved.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't even hesitate.
He knew that he was going to bring it up because he knew that they're wrong kicking this guy out because he's got a MAGA hat on.
Correct. And you know what? That's fine. If city, okay, that I hear people saying, well, you know, they've got rules and you know, The LGBTQIA plus flags are they're not political.
What about
that's crap? First of all, that's complete crap.
What about Black Lives Matter?
Right?
Are they a political group?
Yes.
Well, there's a guy with a BLM shirt in this video.
Right.
And they didn't kick him out.
No, because that's not the narrative that they want in the stadium. That's fine if that's what you're going to own, but own it. Don't act like we have no idea. We're just trying to be right down the middle of the road, and it's political. It's strictly political, his hat. Everything else could be political, but it's not.
Go back to that.
Just go from where we are.
Yeah.
Here's my question.
And the only way I can do that is if I enforce it with you.
Go out and handcuff. So I'm being threatened with arrest. What law am I breaking?
We ask you to leave and you stay.
You're asking me to leave. Am I being evicted from the premises?
You're going to be evicted from the premises. You want to make a big...
We're going to walk up. I'm being evicted from the premises because of Donald Trump, because we can't wear Donald Trump hats in public. And so now I'm being evicted from the premises. We need a big procession to get me out of here.
All right. He's one guy. They had like 8 cops around him.
Yeah, they did. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because that MAGA hat,
boy,
it's pretty dangerous.
That's like Popeye eating his spinach.
It could explode.
Yeah.
It could explode and destroy everybody there.
They might kick you out with your StL hat you're wearing right now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
If you had a red hat with a Cardinals thing on it, they might say, hey, wait, hey, what?
Oh, okay. It says STL. That's all right. All right.
So I have a wild, stupid question.
Yeah.
What if the hat said, "More Great America Again"?
Good question.
What if it's the same print, red hat, but instead of saying "Make America Great Again," you just switch around a couple of the words and say, "Make Great Again America," something like that. Because it's ridiculous. I don't even consider, this is me, of course, I'm biased. I don't consider a MAGA hat political. Ken, you've said it a million times. It means, what does it mean?
Make America great again.
I'll be damned.
Now, they have American flags out there. So
that's a good point.
That's political, I guess, to some people actually on the left. Democrats have lurched so far left now.
Right.
By the way, if you're a Democrat and you vote Democrat this time around, you're lost.
Right.
You're completely. That's all I can.
You've lost your way.
That's the only way I'm going to say it, because there's people on the left now. This is like mainstream AOC and Crotchet and all these other people.
Did you say Crotchet?
Yes, I did. And they're saying, well, the American flag is racist. It's racist.
I can't get past Crotchet. Say it again.
Okay, Crockett.
No, not that. Say what you're saying. You just made me laugh. I couldn't hear anything.
No, they're saying that the American flag is racist. Yep. That's what they say. I've heard it out of their mouths. And they're representing Americans. They shouldn't be.
All right, listen. BLM, Black Lives Matters. You got to give them credit, Ken. They were brilliant to call their little Marxist organization Black Lives Matter. Oh, we feel so sorry. We need, of course, Black Lives Matter.
But it's everything that it's not.
And I love your take on it. Is I don't call them Black Lives Matter. I call them
ever.
BLM.
BLM, that's all they are.
And I like that. So, I don't know. It's just so stupid. I swear to God.
I saw this thing, and I don't care what side you're on this thing. Own it then. If you're city, if you are the owners of city, then you own it. Own it. Don't allow any MAGA people in there ever again. Yep. And fly all the flags you want, but just own it. Stop acting like, well, we like MAGA people's money. I mean, MAGA people.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, Vic. They want MAGA patriots to join up and spend all their money at city to support the team, but they don't like them.
Yeah. And they're apparently very, very liberal, obviously, because
okay, great.
The pride flags and all that crap was totally permissible, but not a red MAGA hat. I'm just completely dumbfounded by it. All right, let's talk about something else here.
I wonder if there was a Kamala Harris shirt or hat, whatever, if they would have actually thrown that person out. Would they have? Would they really?
Those like drawn images of Obama that says hope,
and
change,
right?
if somebody had one of those on,
Mhm.
would they get kicked out?
Would they? Would they really? I mean, I've heard somebody say, "Oh, I'm feeling like they should." They would. But you know what? They wouldn't, because people in that place wouldn't have said, "Oh, look, an Obama shirt. I got to get them out of here."
So here's a nice experiment. Why don't you, I know it'll hurt you, I know it'll kill you, get one of those Obama shirts where he's drawn with the different colors and it says hope. Wear it over a MAGA shirt, right? Put the MAGA shirt on first and then the Obama shirt on over that.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And go sit there and, put your chest in everybody's face so you're sure they all see it and see what they do.
And then take the shirt off.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out when that is, Ken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to imagine that.
Because you got to wait. You got to wait until they say anything.
Right.
If they say something, you don't take the shirt off at all.
No.
You say, oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
I don't want my Obama political statement. But if they don't say anything to you, I would say, I don't know how soccer works as far as time goes, but there's a halftime, right? Is there a halftime in
I
soccer?
don't think so. I think it's
Really? They just go?
Yeah, I think
they just run for all that time?
Yes. And
oh my God.
Any timeouts or anything like that, they put at the end of the game.
I don't get that either. Anyway, pick a time deep into the game to take it off.
Right.
And then, because that's a good point too. When you take it off and then you've got something MAGA underneath, you'd be like, wait a second, I had this shirt on the whole time before you wanted to throw me out.
And make sure you videotape every bit of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So my wife and I had a great conversation the other night. We were talking about the Sydney Sweeney thing, right?
Yeah.
Because have you seen some of the videos on X? This one lady was like, okay, if you don't see this as, Nazism, then you're not awake. You're not paying attention.
Right.
Okay. There's a couple of phrases I'm done with on the internet. You're not paying attention is one of them. Let that sink in is another one I'm done
Want to
with.
be clear.
Yeah. Because they're so clear and everything is so crystal clear and free of lies if a liberal said it. So here's the great part about it. They tried to badmouth American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney. Now President Trump has said, way to go, Sydney Sweeney.
Uh-oh.
So now they'll really
Yeah.
Right.
And let's just also say that American Eagle ran out of the good jean gear.
And Ken, their stock went crazy.
Yeah.
Good crazy.
Right.
Went up crazy good.
Oops.
So, but this is the power of conservatism in this country. What happened when they put Dylan Mulvaney's face on a Bud Light?
Well, you got Bud Lighted then. It's actually a name for an action now.
But you can't get American Eagled, can you? Because you put Sydney Sweeney
Well,
on.
you can get American Eagled, but that'd be a good thing.
But what I'm saying is you can't have a bad American Eagle. Like we said, Bud Lighted, because they lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
No, but in fact, our friend Stel Pontica sent us a text, and in it said, Ulta, which is a beauty supply company, Ulta for women.
No idea.
Okay, it's called Ulta. My wife gets like crap. But anyway, Ulta got Bud Lighted.
Why? What'd they do?
Well, because Ulta has a transgender, this freak. Okay, I'm sorry. This guy is a freak. He's got a beard, real long hair, and he has a dress on or some kind of like a woman's outfit on.
Yep.
And he's running around saying how he's the model for all of the those pop-ups that they have in stores.
Right.
He's the model for all of this special Ulta beauty salon stuff that he's actually, I guess, manufacturing. So he's the talking head for it,
Yeah.
and he's the model, and he's just running around all
So what
excited.
happened? What happened to the Ulta?
Well, that's what they're making that a centerpiece of their organization. And
Did they get Ulta'd?
why did they get Bud Lighted?
I don't know.
See, but what my point is Bud Light has become that.
Absolutely right. And what does American Eagle become? A name for success.
Yeah.
Surrounding your spokesperson.
Well, remember what happened with Goya?
Do I remember what happened to Goya?
Yeah, I mean
The president of Goya went to the White House to support President Trump.
Right, and they originally said, "Okay, let's all ready." The majority of the United States, because we're the left wing and we're the majority in the United States. That's what they believe. Let's boycott Goya, and they tried and it made a lot of money.
Now listen, this relates to immigration too. Okay, why did they do that? Because I'm sure Hispanics and Latinos hate President Trump.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It didn't work out because Goya's numbers went way up when that happened.
Yeah.
And let's also remember, si es Goya, tiene que ser bueno.
That's exactly right.
If it's Goya, it has to be good. So my wife and I were just laughing about how, oh, and by the way, President Trump was just leaving. He was getting on a helicopter on Marine One. And he said, I love the Sydney ad. I love the Sweeney ad. And then he said, Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican. So I don't know if that's true. If the president said it. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, but what it is she's a human being. Okay, let's just start there. She loves fast cars. She loves gas-powered vehicles, classics, by the way, with big engines. And not only that, Vic, I saw videos of her changing the air filter, the oil filter, and actually installing spark plugs for this Mustang of hers. Then she goes out and she shoots with extreme accuracy, a rapid fire target practice.
Who does she think she is? Jessica Porcelli?
Yeah. So there, I'm just saying she's a human being that enjoys this stuff. There should be nothing wrong with it, but yet she's demonized.
So Jessica's big line when we were talking about this was, and she said it real soft for some reason too. We were the only two in the house, but she was like, Democrats don't know how to boycott. They don't know what
she whispered
doing.
it.
She did.
Well, in case a Democrat heard that.
Well, yeah, but my daughter wasn't home. So, so anyway, she's right. The Democrats, they don't know how to boycott. They don't know how to support somebody. Sydney Sweeney, who is mildly attractive, Ken.
A little bit.
Is that right? Mildly attractive?
Yeah, a little bit.
Or smoking hot. Which one?
Either or.
Smoking hot.
Doesn't matter.
Sure. But, you know, she, first of all, do you know the first time you and I talked about Sydney Sweeney? When she was in the back of that convertible in the video for Angry by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's her in the back, waving.
Yeah.
All the billboards were...
Now, wait a minute. She's a rock and roller and a conservative? I don't know.
Could you imagine?
How does that work?
How did it work that if she's a Republican, don't know, but if she's a Republican, how did she end up in the video for a bunch of libs? Because the Stones are a bunch of libs.
Right.
A little bit. So maybe Ken, they didn't know. Anyway, I love the ad. You know, I mean, I watch it all the time just for informational purposes.
Of course, only. Yeah, right.
I love that American Eagle stock went crazy good. When Dylan Mulvaney's face was on a Bud Light, their stock went crazy bad, right?
You're right.
And I'm nothing against Bud Light until this. Before Dylan Mulvaney, I had no problem with a Bud Light.
Well, here's
not my favorite beer, but I'm just saying.
Well, my Bud Light was actually my go-to. Just because I'm not a big beer drinker, I'd say, yeah, give me a Bud Light.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, throw it out there. Because I'm not a big beer drinker. That's it.
Yeah, me neither.
However, when this happened, I said, you know what? I'm going to try another beer. Yeah. And I tried Yingling. Now that's my go-to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of that happened at that time. Now, you know, maybe Bud Light's trying to make amends. And I see they're trying to make moves. But what they did is say, you're stupid. We don't trust you as a consumer, so we're going to do what we want. And I went over to another beer. Now that's my preference.
Modelo is good, too.
I hear that is, yeah.
Okay. I think we're done, Ken. I think we've made our point about everything.
I hope so.
About the MAGA hat guy at the soccer game, about Sydney Sweeney. What if they put Sydney Sweeney on a Bud Light can?
That would help them. That might help. That's Vic. That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Call AB. Say, hey, Vic's got a good idea. Do it like this. Hey, psst, come here. Vic wants to talk to you. You have to have a trench coat on and a fedora if you want to do it.
Over here, dear.
Got to do it the right way.
Right.
Okay. Doug Blair. He's next. He's a pilf, you know. He's going to talk to us next on 1019-94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
The Vic Porcelli Show.
A little bit.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
So, you know, I guess my wife and I guess we just talk a lot. I don't know. Because we were also talking about these stairs that I had to put together yesterday all by myself.
Who put together?
Jessica and I put together.
She put together?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. But after the project was done, we were sitting around, we were talking, and she wants it. She's changed. She's crazy, my wife. New chairs, new deck chair, a new help me, Ken. It's square and there's flames on the inside. Fire pit,
yes.
New fire pit. The egg.
It's kind of a pit and it has like a fire in it.
Okay, cut the crap. Okay. The egg chair. We got the egg chair.
Love that, yeah.
And now these stairs that she built. And you know what the inspiration for it all was? Getting rid of that dead tree.
Wow.
In the backyard. Because I swear to God, that dead tree would keep trick-or-treaters from coming to the house, because it looks like the haunted house.
Sure.
And the tree was in the backyard. Kids must have been in my yard. But Stan and everybody at Roots Plus was the catalyst for everything else that's really going good in our yard right now, and it's really a nice place to be. And boy, Ken, not for nothing, but the eggplants are popping, baby.
Well, maybe they're not scared anymore from that tree.
Maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe you're an ass too, possibly.
Maybe.
So anyway, back to Stan and Roots Plus. They want to save your tree. Now, our tree was on hospice, had to go. But if you have a tree that you think maybe, now, why are leaves falling off this tree and it's July or it's August? That shouldn't happen. Call Stan because it could get worse, but Stan can save it and make it look beautiful again. And if it's really past that stage, if it looks like it's just not going to make it, guess what? The money you put to checking the tree and having Stan save the tree will go towards removing the tree. It's just call them, okay? 314-440-3662. Anything you want to know about trees, they'll let you know. It's RootsPlusLLC.com. That's RootsPlusLLC.com.
This is so stupid.
St. Louis's.
Okay, I'm hanging up on you now.
Place to talk. News Talk STL.
Hi, it's Ken Williams, and my favorite Capriati sandwich is the Capistrami. You've got hot pastrami, melty Swiss cheese, crunchy coleslaw, and zesty Russian dressing. What else do you need? I love Capriati's, and you will too.
On Manchester at McKnight in Rock Hill.
Yo, this is Vic. Vic for Vets is proudly honoring our veterans. Every Wednesday at 11:05, you'll hear about that day's honoree and their incredible service to our country.
Hi, it's Ken. You want to nominate a veteran? Send their name, service information, and story to me, Ken, at NewstalkSTL.com.
Brought to you by Heroes Care, Alamo Military Collectibles, and Monocle's Pizza.
Together, let's celebrate the heroes in our community. Vic for Vets, where honor meets gratitude.
Hey, Jamie Allman here for O'Fallon Family Floors, O'FallonFamilyFloors.com. Brian and his team, they're just amazing people. They're so proud of their operation. Pride in every installation. You can see that in the Google reviews. Pride in the great quality, pride in the great pricing, pride in the great variety, and pride in the fact that you can go into the store right off of Highway K in O'Fallon, or the store will come to you. That's the promise of O'Fallon Family Floors, O'FallonFamilyFloors.com.
If you find yourself feeling out of place in the world, it's comforting to know conservative values haven't been abandoned everywhere.
Thanks for being my voice in all this.
This is News Talk STL.
There are people out there that feel the way that I feel and say what I say.
Welcome home. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies close.
On News Talk STL.
You know I love David Bowie. It was really sad when he died in 2016, early too. He kind of started the whole ball rolling. Remember all the musicians that died in 2016? Glenn Frey.
Oh yeah,
a ton of people. Okay, so let's talk about this event we got going on. News Talk STL has teamed up with the Hammond Center for Free Enterprise, and we're bringing Steve Forbes to St. Louis, Lindenwood University. It's September 18th. Now it's a lot closer, right? Now we're in August. It's next month. And we couldn't have done it without the help of the Young Americans Foundation and the West Mid-Rivers News magazine. It's a free event, absolutely free. You do have to register for the tickets, though, okay? It's going to be at the Scheidegger Center as part of the H.F. Langenberger Memorial Speaker Series. And the Scheidegger Center for the Arts, just a beautiful building. So go to NewstalkSTL.com, click on the event link, and get your free tickets to see Steve Forbes, Mr. 17% flat tax guy, right? What? Why'd you make the face? Did I almost say something stupid?
No.
Okay. Why would I say something
Just
stupid?
had a stupid face.
Let's go. I have a stupid
This
face.
just
I
in.
did.
For the latest
God.
news from the DC swamp and beyond, this is the Vic Porcelli Show East Coast Report with Douglas Blair on News Talk STL.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Doug Blair. How are you?
I'm doing good, Vic. Now, I got to give props to Ken. If you had asked me, did I say something stupid, I don't know if I would have had the resistance to be like, nope.
Oh, Doug, it was so difficult. It was very difficult.
All right. The both of you.
Props to you.
When I say the both of you, do you know the word that comes before that?
Yeah.
The both of you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Doug, the when I hear people, all the experts on social media, who, by the way, were COVID experts and vaccination experts, and they're experts on this and on that, and they say that Donald Trump is cutting Medicaid. Well, is this a case? This is Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana. Okay. Is this a case of cutting Medicaid? Ken, is it?
I'm sorry, I was doing something else, Vic.
Clearly not listening to me.
I okay.
Now you and Doug Blair are in cahoots now.
Right.
John Kennedy.
We're on the same page.
Okay, I'm sorry, Vic.
Oh, God.
I have it
He
right
hates
here.
me. I don't know why he works. He hates me.
Hey, Doug, you ready to hear this?
Is this cutting Medicaid? Oh.
CBO says we're throwing 10.5 million people off of Medicaid. They weren't eligible for Medicaid in the first place. Back in my state of Louisiana, our legislative auditor, Louisiana legislative auditor, which audits all the spending in the state, they found back in 2019 that 1,600 people had been signed up for Medicaid, making over $100,000 a year. 1,600 people making over $100,000 a year. Yes, CBO, they're going to lose their Medicaid. They weren't entitled to it in the first place. The legislative auditor went on to point out that Louisiana paid $85.5 million in Medicaid payments for patients who weren't eligible for coverage because they made too much money.
So $100,000 a year getting Medicaid, and those are the people that are having their Medicaid stripped. People like Hakeem Jeffries always talks about.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that we encounter a lot here at Public Interest Legal Foundation, where when people say, oh, they're removing people, this is a nefarious plot to disenfranchise or to remove benefits from people that deserve them. It's very rarely, if ever, that somebody gets removed that's like not supposed to be there, or sorry, that is supposed to be there. It's always people that aren't supposed to be there. For us, it's non-citizens, it's people who've moved out of state, it's people who are no longer qualified to vote based on maybe felony status. For this, it sounds like these are people that were making above the requisite funding or the requisite income to be on the Medicaid. So like it frustrates me sometimes when the work that people do is painted as something nefarious and as evil when it's literally just cleaning up the rolls. And as anybody would, I think, agree, having clean rolls, having clean lists of people that should be getting these benefits or that should be able to vote or that should be on any of these various government lists, that's essential to make sure that the thing functions at all. Because if you basically have lists that are super dirty, that they haven't cleaned up in a while, they're full of people that shouldn't be there, then the whole system collapses.
And Doug, that's what they should be saying is, well, guess what, everybody? The Republicans have decided to clean up Medicaid, and it's going to make it better for everyone who needs Medicaid and who deserves to be on it.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, again, the idea that removing people from lists that aren't supposed to be there makes things worse for everybody else is laughable, right? Like, again, to use an example from our organization, when you have clean voter rolls, you can trust that elections are being done in a good way. You can trust that election officials are doing the job. With Medicaid, you can trust that you're not spending surplus tax dollars on people that weren't supposed to be getting these benefits in the first place. There is zero reason to be concerned about removing people that shouldn't be on these types of lists from getting removed, unless you have some sort of, let's say, nefarious alternative motive, as your friend in the House, Vic. You want to give me that name again?
Eric Burleson?
No, Hakeem Jeffries. You said
Oh,
it so fun.
sorry, Hakeem Jeffries. That's my tribute to wrestling.
There you go. Yeah. As our friend, Mr. Jeffries is making that point.
Yes, all right. So listen, we have a new game plan, Kenny and I, for Republicans and just for anybody that's conservative and wants to start winning some arguments. We have to be on the offensive. We can't just let them say stuff and then be defensive about it. John Kennedy is doing exactly what we said, Ken. He's going on the offensive.
Yeah, exactly right.
More people need to do this.
And when people say things on the left, like Doug, one thing we've got a real problem with, we always talk about on this show, and there's nothing we can do about it, is when they're on the floor of the House and they're saying they're lying through their teeth about every single thing that they utter, that they can get away with it because they're on the floor of the House. So
right,
and that just really bothers us to no end. And so what we say is, what they need to do is the representatives on the right need to go up there and say, he's a liar. I don't know how else to explain it, but this man here who just said these things is lying, and then take apart piece by piece what they said.
I'm for that.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Doug.
I'm for that. That's
so what I think is, I think you're absolutely correct. I think that the fact that Republicans have, as a rule, been not super engaged with fighting is one of the reasons why a lot of conservatives were very annoyed. They basically said, well, they're going to just talk smack about us. They're going to lie. They're going to make up stuff for as much as they can. And if you're not going to fight back, then why am I even getting you into office? So I think that Trump has very much kind of changed that narrative, where now the prevailing notion amongst the right has been to push back, to fight. You will get rewarded if you do so, but it's not far enough. I mean, again, you see these types of stories all the time where somebody on the left will claim that Republicans are concerned with removing Medicaid, or they're concerned with getting people disenfranchised, or getting minorities off the voting rolls, which is just nonsense. I mean, it's just not true. And I think that the more that you go up there and say, this is false, you're full of it, here's the truth, I think the more the American people respond to it. They respond to truth telling. They respond to people aggressively and rightfully asserting the truth.
Yep. And all those experts that I spoke of on social media, they're also experts on tariffs, of course. And then when they talk about when we talk about tariffs, we should say, oh, yeah, well, your own John Fetterman had this to say.
I'm wondering if you think right now Trump is winning the trade war. Do you agree with those who think he is?
I mean, absolutely. I think that, obviously what happened at the EU. And again, I'm a huge fan of Bill Maher. And I think he's really one of the oracles for my party. And he acknowledged, it's like, hey, he thought that the tariffs were going to tank the economy. And he acknowledged that it did. So, so for me, it's like, again, it seems like the EU thing has been going well.
That's a Democrat right there, Doug.
It's not just him. I mean, the LA Times today, there was a headline, Trump is getting his way in the global trade war, like it or not. I mean, the fact that, we trust these experts, we trust these economists, we trust these people to say, well, this is the way it is. And if you don't like it or you don't listen to it, then you're just an uneducated rube. And then reality just slaps them in the face every single time, I think should be very telling about the expert class, right? I mean, this isn't just something that we've noticed with the economy. Obviously, during COVID, I think a lot of conservatives rightfully started to become very skeptical of the opinion of quote unquote experts, because it just turns out that they were either politically motivated or just incorrect. So I think that one of the things that Americans should be paying attention to is the results on the ground. Does it feel like the economy is better to you? Do you feel like your dollar goes further? Do you feel like you have more purchasing power? Well, then I have choice words for the economists, but forget them. I mean, forget what they say. It's just if it's not reality, and they're going to reference some book from like the 1800s about how tariffs are really bad, but it seems to be working, then I don't really know what to tell them.
We're speaking to Doug Blair, and in about 30 seconds, Doug, can you tell us about what's happening with the Public Interest Legal Foundation today?
Absolutely, yes. So we're in the middle of a couple of different lawsuits. We have actually also been doing some really hardcore research on voting rolls in places like New York, California, North Carolina. We found over 50,000 interstate duplicate registrants in New York. So that means that 50,000 people were on both a state outside of New York, mostly Florida, and New York. And guess what? That means that they're on the rolls. They could theoretically go out and vote. I think that's a problem, don't you?
I absolutely think that's a problem. You go fight it, all you pilfs out there.
Keep fighting there, Doug.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Doug. Always great. All right, so now we're late. Now we're going to hear about it. I hope you're happy.
Just have to talk faster, Vic.
Okay, I'll do my best. Chat box is next on 101.9 and 94.1. News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Follow us on Rumble at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Colombo and Company.
Join us every day for conversations with a wide variety of guests as we keep you informed and up to speed on all the important news and headlines you need to know.
Live and local weekdays at 2 on News Talk STL.
From home improvement to replacement, do-it-yourself electrical projects can be shocking. That's where Grasser Electric can help. They've been lighting up St. Louis for years. From ceiling fans and dimmer switches to repair or replacing your electric. No job is too big or too small for your home or business. Grasser Electric will even install emergency backup generators. So call Grasser Electric today before the sparks start to fly. 636-441-5200 or go to grasserelectric.com.
News Talk STL is proud to have Doug Voss of Safe Bunny Radio as part of our lineup each week. Doug has been a staple on the St. Louis radio airways for many years as one of the leading financial experts in the area. You can now hear Doug and Safe Bunny Radio every weekend on News Talk STL. But in case you miss anything, you can check it all out at DougVossSafeBunnyRadio.com. What else do our listeners need to know, Doug?
Simply put, I focus on helping pre-retirees and retirees build, preserve, and protect retirement assets, and I've been helping my clients solve their insurance and financial needs for the past 33 years. I also strive to educate my clients on how to prepare for retirement, minimize the impact of market volatility on their assets, and deal with the challenges of increased longevity. Call me today at 844-676-SAFE. That's 844-676-7233.
Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through DHL Securities, LLLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
Whoosh. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
So, Bubba, if you're feeling down today or any day, cheer up. It's simple. Have someone give you a brand new car. If that's not happening, just listen to Vic Porcelli Show with Ken Williams. And don't forget to listen to Larry Connors USA at 6 p.m.
The Donald Trump administration is arguably the most influential this century and probably as well dating back a good portion of the last century as well. Love it, like it, lump it. Trump is remaking in the United States of America. Let's talk about tariffs first, right? There's all this talk that Donald Trump always chickens out when it comes to tariffs. No tacos for Trump. The effective tariff rate, get this, it's 18%, the highest since the FDR administration in the 1930s, up from, get this, just 2% last year. From just 2% last year, we're talking about an effective tariff rate level, get this, 9 times as high this year than last year. But it's not just on tariffs, which of course Donald Trump ran on, in which you're seeing a tremendously influential presidency. What about immigration? Of course, Trump ran and has always run on a very hawkish immigration platform. Get this, 2025 net migration in the United States down at least 60% from last year. In fact, we may be heading for the first time in at least 50 years in which we have net negative migration into the United States. And last year, of course, in 2024, the net migration in the U.S. was 2.8 million. This year, we might be talking about negative net migration. My goodness gracious.
When he comes to work every day at CNN, that's Harry Enton, by the way. When he comes to work at CNN, the people that go, "Good morning, Harry."
Yeah.
Dick. Right? They probably hate him.
Probably. That the most striking thing that he even said was at the very end when he said, from 2.8 million people crossing the border illegally, unvetted, to 0.
Perfect. All right, let's do the chat box. Okay, Ed Stoit was the first in, first to hit the like button. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, no affliction.
No peace.
No fair terror.
No peace.
Good morning, all you beautiful people. Okay, let's go by that one because we got a lot to do today. Jazzy Croc of Poop redistrict out of her own district.
Yeah, that could be amazing.
Could be.
Well, okay, but see, it's unprecedented, right? No. In Illinois, they did that to a Republican.
Right. Illinois is the worst for redistricting by Dem turds. Oh, here's another. And nor Jabba, the Illinois governor, invites the Texas Dems to hide in Illinois. Because all the, yeah. Hi, y'all. Ken builds decks. Vic pulls nails. I did. Pulled nails.
You did.
Ken builds a deck. Vic plays with a deck of cards. I like this. People are writing their own promos for us. Thanks, guys. Ken builds deck. Vic builds loaded, shaved, hot pastrami, sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing, sweet, creamy provolone cheese sandwiches. Beat that.
Wow.
Deck maker.
Doggy deli, man. It sure is hot out there.
Neil Cavuto could give Adam Schiff a run for the Watermelon Head Pencil Neck Award. That's Hopkins.
Kind of true, yeah.
He's got the pencil neck and the watermelon head.
Yeah.
And boy, am I glad he's gone. Holy cow. Hopkins, good one, but Shifty still wins. It'll be good to know what preceded the beatdown. Mainstream media says a racial slur was spoken, but the video they posted was not clear. What was clear was the white guy slapping a black guy.
Okay, but see, here's the thing.
And then the rest.
We don't know. We
Right.
don't know where this...
Speculation, right, Ken?
Exactly right. I mean, you can say that they started it. No matter what happened in this whole thing, it should not have escalated to where a group of people were beating down on the two other people.
A mob. Quote like it is.
No matter what they were, no matter their race, the race is irrelevant here.
A mob is a mob.
A mob is a mob, and they were beating on two people.
Hopkins says on this day in 1790, U.S. Coast Guard established originally called the Revenue Cutter Service. It was created by Alexander Hamilton to enforce tariff laws. Semper Paratus. My nephew was in the Coast Guard. I just sent a link to that to my sister and her husband. Well, send us something about him and we'll talk about him.
Yeah, I want
Vic for Vets.
Yeah. You can send it to Ken at NewstalkSTL.com and we'll take care of it for you.
Good morning, Vichead Patriots. It's Amy Mez on
Hey,
Facebook.
Amy.
That's her rap name. Amy.
Hey, how you doing?
So Amy Mez could have a sush and have a convo with somebody, right?
What does she say, my daughter? A nice little
a bevy,
some kind of bevy. Okay. Your last name wouldn't be short for mezcal, would it? Whew, get that stuff away from me. Hey Karen, how you doing? Wife builds Vic's. Oh God, here we go. These keep kicking my ass today. Vic's wife builds stairs. Vic supervises the bill and gets sore from it. Whatever.
Yeah. That's
Something like
kind of
that.
it.
Vic's wife is handy. Vic's talks with his hands.
There you go. That's pretty good, actually.
How you doing, Vic and Ken? What's up? Is that a dating point? Can change a blower motor? Kinda.
Yeah, I mean,
Fred Stoner.
if I was single and a young guy and saw that, I'd be like, that's pretty cool.
She's got a YouTube video where she explains how to change a blower motor.
There you go.
I have a video that I don't have a video. Imagine you're a deer. You're prancing along. You get thirsty. You spot a little brook. You put your little deer lips down to the cool, clear water, and bam! A effing bullet rips off part of your head. Now, do you care what kind of pants the son of a bitch that shot you was wearing?
No.
That's my cousin Vinny.
It's great.
From my cousin. Oh, sorry. It was Marissa Tomei. It's a limited slip differential. Vic and Ken, so nice that you let your guests talk, unlike Hannity and Ingram.
Totally agree with that.
Maybe they should give Vic a Ken show on Fox News. That'd be fun. We could change things around, Ken.
Yeah, I know.
We could change. We can be the. Hey! Oh my God! I almost forgot the biggest news.
What?
This week? I forget if it's Wednesday or Thursday. Greg Gutfeld is going to be a guest on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Really?
Yes. I don't know how that's going to go.
I love the idea because Greg Gutfeld's not going to do the dance, the song and dance. He's not going to do it.
No, he's not. No, he's not. It's going to be great. All right. Lonnie Anderson died from WKRP.
Yeah, she did.
She was hot. Ed Stoit. I don't listen to either of them. Oh, they better not be talking about us. That's too bad. I know she was the sex pot character, but I always liked Bailey, Jan Smithers. Is this Cubist says? Is this annex a place?
Right.
That's what we're
That's what
confused. We're confused too.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear the word annex, you don't think of it as a document.
You think of addendum or amendment or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You
Ken.
know,
An addendum or an amendment. Yeah, not an annex. Bailey was the Marianne of that show. Lonnie was Ginger, and Lonnie was Ginger. That's so funny.
that's true.
Ed says, Vic asking for donuts. Is the Colonel listening? Colonel Joe Adams? I think I need a diagram. I think I need a diagram. I know you guys just explained this, but it's all super confusing.
It is.
You're going to have to figure out a way to put this up for them, Ken, somehow.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to try and I'm going to talk to Joey and see what we can do.
You know what you can do? You can one of those videos where you hold the paper and then you put it down, then another paper, and keep putting it down.
This one's too long for that.
That'll take hours.
Hours, yeah.
Like a Venn diagram? I love Venn diagrams. Gives me a headache, or maybe that's the asphalt they're laying in a lot outside.
And I think, Vic, also, this is what the left relies on, is that it gets too far in the weeds and people just tune out.
Yeah.
They hope that happens, and I just hope that we don't.
Yep. The guy that got kicked out of the Michael Whitesole, who got kicked out of the soccer game, 3-year season ticket holder. The game was in the second half, 25 minutes left. Then some dem turd complained. The cops were then forced to act. So it's not. So
well, okay. Why couldn't a cop say, "Shut up. This is not anything that's disturbing anyone"?
Let's take it a step backwards, Ken. If it was a law, a rule in the stadium, why was he even let in through the front doors? They didn't kick him out until somebody complained.
That's even better.
So there is no policy.
No.
The only policy is if somebody bitches about it, you can kick them out.
Exactly.
What a bunch of
stuff.
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
The ticket taker let it go. The ushers let it go. Then a turd complained. Exactly. It's exactly
A turd complained.
Let's face it. St. Louis City is the best equivalent to AA baseball based on the level of professional. I think AA baseball is better.
If I was at a game, which by the way, I wouldn't, and I played soccer 8 years on a special team, but I wouldn't go see a damn game now from there ever at City. But if I was there and I saw somebody with a big old Biden hat on or a big old Biden
BLM,
whatever, I'd look at it, I'd think you're an a-hole.
You know what?
That's all I would think. I wouldn't go any farther with it. I'd think, well, what a dummy.
I used to think I was an athlete until I met Ken Williams. Special baseball team, traveling team, soccer, traveling team.
The PNA kickers, buddy, the Polish National Alliance kickers. And I was the only one on the team who was not Polish. And I couldn't speak. The coach only spoke in the Polish language.
Oh, my God.
So, he just pointed at me and yelled. Yeah, I just go.
Wonder if when it started, they nicely asked him to take the hat off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was nice or not matters.
Does not matter.
He needs to sue EM. He has a great case. He was asked to remove the hat, and he refused and pointed out all the libturd shirts, hats, and signs, which happened to be okay. Wait until they tell you to take it off, then do so. BLM, black leftist Marxist, DJM said that. The insane leftists were really
Wait a minute. Somebody said to take it off?
No.
He didn't take it off. He left.
With it on.
With it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't know. He
fought first. Yeah.
Right. No taking it off. That's not America.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Trump said, Ed says Trump commented on Sweeney when it came out. She's a registered Republican. Sweeney has lots of followers and fans. She has a great pair of assets.
I think they were talking about the jeans, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry. Smoking hot is what Ed says. Stupid leftists are making her rich. Gotta love that.
Yeah. I mean, did she coalesce suddenly? No, she didn't. She said, get over it.
You know what? She did what she wanted. Period. That's America.
That's called America.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
It's liberty.
You're not hurting any. And they're saying, well, she's offending people. No, she's not offending anybody. She's offending you because you're an idiot.
Right. Let's do some Facebook stuff here. Good morning, Freedom Fighting Patriots. Good morning, Allison. Allison says, Ken Williams.
Oh, thank you,
What
Allison.
the hell? What am I? Can you see me? Can you see me?
I see you.
Am I invisible? Good morning, fam. GMFFVH. Thank you, Barb. Judge Janine Pirro is now U.S. Attorney for D.C. Time to go after the corrupt D.C. cronies. Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. Schiff, we think you are crazy. Just smile, nod, and agree. We need to just tell the truth. People will twist the truth any way they want to, but you'll know you're told the truth from your perspective, and that's all that counts. Vivek posted after receiving the Cincinnati video, he counted 32 stomps to the male victim, 17 different people, and one male punched women 2 times in the face, knocking her unconscious. What a horrific situation. Oh, Michael Burton is in the chat box, Ken. He says, is Ken Williams getting ready to defend Ghislaine Maxwell after Trump pardons her? Well,
What does that even mean?
Don't you worry about it. Allison's all
It's so
over
funny.
it. Allison says to Michael Burton, are you going to vote no again on the free and fair elections bill? As on
Ooh.
5/17/24, you voted no. You don't want fair elections? Boy, Allison even had the date of the vote. That's
Oh,
awesome.
Allison.
Yeah. So now the Red Cross are requesting access to the hostages after videos were released. Hamas refuses. Unbelievable. You know, I didn't want to say it. Karen, I don't know what to do with Karen anymore. We can't just ignore these things, or she'll think we don't care, or we're
No, I think we're
ambivalent.
fine. We check out. We check with her and and see the perspective that she has. She would have gone through with whatever we wanted to do today.
But I don't want to disappoint her after we get off the air. Boy, I wish they didn't say that. The video they showed of that guy.
Yeah.
What'd you think of? First thing you thought of when you
The Holocaust.
Right.
That's the
Auschwitz,
very first thing.
Birkenau.
Yeah, Auschwitz. Yeah.
They thought Hillary would win the election and none of this would be discovered. That's right.
That's exactly right.
We never would have found out anything about Hillary Clinton, the murderer that she is. Donuts. Colonel Adams said you don't eat donuts. Listen, you're funny. By the way, I didn't have a box of donuts in my lap.
No,
when
I know.
fucking
It was funny though. It was pretty good.
hysterical. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? That's got to be a Trump thing. This is all why she is the Hildebeest. Total scumbag. It's our friend David Sylvester. Removing the man from the game made more of a political statement than the hat did. Boy, that's true.
That's very true.
Oh, Scooters. Boy, everybody's on you today. Ken, I don't know what the deal is. Ken hasn't been anything less than on the offense since I started listening to the show. What's the problem with that, Scooter?
Thank Scooter. Thank you.
Yes. Very heartfelt compliment.
No, I appreciate that because that's exactly what I wanted to give out.
And that is the plan.
Thanks, Scooter. I appreciate it, dude.
All right. I guess that's it, Ken. I guess we got through it all. We didn't actually. I skipped some here because I didn't think we were going to have time to get through it all.
But thank you, everybody, each and every one of you, including Scooter.
Yes,
for
and Michael Burton.
submitting your information, and Michael.
Michael,
thank you. We appreciate that very, very, very much.
Okay, so listen, Ken is not going to be here tomorrow. I didn't sign off on that, but he's got to get some medical something. Who cares?
Yeah, you know.
Come on.
One of those.
What's the big deal? Why?
I just have to have a procedure done.
That's fine.
It's not that big of a deal. Though.
In all seriousness, we're going to be thinking about you.
Well, thanks, Vic.
I don't know what time your thing is, but if you could, if you could put something in the chat box or send me a text or something so we can let people know you're okay. That'd
Yeah,
be okay.
I will actually.
All right?
That'd be good. Yeah.
So we don't worry about you. Everybody's going to be worried about you. They don't care about me. If I fell off a building, they wouldn't even care.
All right.
Thank you so much for having the record player on at night. Listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
And we did what we could with the Annex thing. Ken's going to try to put it up for you if he can. What else can I say?
That's it.
Jamie Allman, 3 martini an hour. Wow.
Yeah.
Lunch, at least.
Tony Colombo here for All Solutions Pest Control, the team Christine and I trust to protect our home. We've used multiple services at multiple homes over the years, and I can tell you from all that experience, All Solutions is second to none. If you have a pest problem of any kind, or more importantly, just want to prevent a problem, All Solutions is the team to call. Learn more and take advantage of their incredible $67 introductory offer right now at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
Looking for treasures from the past? Discover Mimi's Antiques Attic, your locally owned and family-operated treasure hunt destination. Explore 16,000 square feet of antiques, crafts, collectibles, and designer items across 225 unique rental spaces. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7, and Sundays, 10 to 6, at 1000 Warrenton Shops in Warrenton. Mimi's Antiques Attic, where every visit uncovers new treasures.
Attention all gun enthusiasts. Don't miss the big DeSoto Gun Show, August 10th and 11th at the Knights of Columbus Hall in DeSoto, Missouri. Over 450 tables of pistols, handguns, rifles, long guns, shotguns, ammo, and more. The fun starts Saturday, August 10th at 9 a.m. and continues all weekend. Admission just $10 and good for the entire weekend. 12 and under, get in free with discounts for veterans and first responders. The big DeSoto Gun Show at the DeSoto, Missouri Knights of Columbus Hall the weekend of August 10th. More info at bkpromotions.us.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefontaine, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at NewstalkSTL.com.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. This week could be a pivotal moment in the war between Russia and Ukraine as President Trump's deadline for the Kremlin to reach a peace deal approaches. Speaking with reporters on Sunday, the president said envoy Steve Witkoff may head to Russia this week.
Steve is focused right now on the border in terms of, we're talking about with Gaza, getting people fed. And he may be going, I think next week, Wednesday or Thursday, may be going to Russia. They would like to see him. They've asked that he meet.
The president's deadline is Friday for the Kremlin to stop the killing or face potentially severe economic penalties from Washington. Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he'll begin trying to remove Democratic lawmakers from office if they don't return to the state. The governor threatened to begin the effort today, a day after dozens of Democrats left Texas in an attempt to block the adoption of redrawn U.S. House maps sought by President Trump. Also at townhall.com, oil production being boosted.
A group of countries that are part of the oil cartel OPEC Plus have agreed to boost oil production, which some believe could lower oil and gasoline prices. They cited a steady global economic outlook and low oil inventories. The group met virtually and announced that 8 of its member countries would increase oil production by 547,000 barrels per day in September. The countries boosting output, including Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Iraq, had been participating in